right away. Right away. And the same goes when we come over there on the continent. You can tell right away. So why are you lying? That's the thing. You're lying. You're lying. You know, when you look at us, we look different, but yet you're going to cover this thing within you. What? Stop lying.
And
And
stand
then you
on
want
it
me
too.
to, then you
On
want me
my
to,
own
then you want
experience.
me to continue to let you speak when you already know that when you look at American women and American men, we look different from you all, from you and your just the little country that you live in, the country you live in.
Right, and Africans themselves don't look the same. I mentioned that, right? West Africans, East Africans, we don't look the same. Even within South Africa, right? Tribes look different. I mentioned this diversity, but if you could just let me finish, like I don't understand why
You
I'm
said if we
unable
go,
to finish a
That's you,
if
Maya?
sentence.
I thought it
melanated,
Um,
was
you said if
double
melanated go
off.
stand in Ghana, they're not even gonna tell the difference. Yes,
I
they
didn't
are.
say that, first of all. I didn't say that. But what I was going to say is that amongst Africans, because we have such a diversity, a huge diversity in Africa, right? People are not the same. Therefore, unless we saw the mannerisms and all these differences you're mentioning about style and the way you walk and such, then we can recognize an American. But because of the vast diversity of Africans themselves, there isn't an African that will say, oh, I could, or I personally have not met one that would say that they can identify phenotypically on phenotype alone an American, because of the huge diversity we have in Africa. And I'm not saying there's a problem if we're different. I acknowledge that we're different. I am not the type to say that we're the same, or to try and push something onto you, or to say, oh, kumbaya, we're all the same people, whatever it is. I'm not the type to say that. I'm really not. But what Rasun is saying, we're not lying here when we're telling you that, oh, if you were in Africa, people, and you didn't say anything, it's not about, I'm talking phenotypically alone, that Africans wouldn't just immediately tie you to America. And then to tell me I'm lying when this is, and my own experience. And if you talk
You
to
are
other
though.
Africans, ask them yourself, put a poll or something, ask,
But you are.
right, on our
Can I
experiences.
hold on? Can I
Mike,
just
can
say
I
something to
ask
shut
you
this
this
whole
question?
conversation? Hold on, Rasun, real quick. So let's just use a live example. Tyler, Rihanna, Beyonce, Meg The Stallion, Lupita Nyong'o, and Arya Starr. Okay, so we can tell just from those few females that I've mentioned. I know that there's so many more, but Tyla, she's here now, right? Lupita and
Mm-hmm.
Nyong'o and Arya Starr. You can look at them and you can tell that they are African. Tyla South African, Lupita
Facts.
Nyong'o is Kenyan, and Arya Starr is Nigerian. They're all beautiful, 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 beautiful women, but we can tell that they are not
Clearly,
American.
without no second guessing
It's
look.
simple. Even Rihanna doesn't. She grew
I
up
know she
here.
don't
Even
look
Nicki
like
Minaj.
us.
They
Rihanna,
don't
look,
look
Rihanna look like.
like us, and that's okay.
That's
Beyonce and Meg The
you.
Stallion. They all right. Look, it's all right. It's all right.
She
Rihanna,
turned around and say
It's
that's
literally you
beautiful.
and
And
your
you want to say we brought
experience.
it in
I'm
the
not
fifth
saying you're
grade. This is
wrong.
crazy as heck, man. It's like this is the problem, right? They agents. I'm being honest. Like they hired to do this. There's no way we talking to 100% humans when they consciously know if I put a Somalian and they see a Nigerian, that they consciously know that they are different. They don't look the same. They don't act the same. They don't walk the same. They don't practice the same traditions. They don't do nothing the same. They know this. If I put a Nigerian to a South African, believe me, he's gonna immediately say, and she's gonna immediately, or he gonna immediately say, we're different. They're gonna immediately know if the Nigerian go in the continent, or sorry, in the country of South Africa, they're gonna know without looking at he's Nigerian or she's Nigerian, right? They got to, because it's not only a look, right? You're only going off the look. Let's go off the traits too, the behavior, the walk, the talk, the way you move your body. All this is, come on, man. Are you human? And
brother,
it's
Yes.
what we are trying to say is this:
you can't
Africa
try
is
to
so.
say something that we understand. That's what I'm trying to say to you. We understand
I
what
said
you're
we're
trying to say,
different.
and it don't make any sense when you live
I
in
Yo,
said
it.
we're
Africa
different.
is so
I
diverse, man.
literally said
Africa
Okay,
is
we're
so
so
different.
diverse.
but it's
You
like
So
know
we're
what's
that
the
talking in
problem?
circles.
I said
Literally,
we're
I
you
just
can.
different.
I just brought up people from different sides of
I
the
know they can
African
be more
continent.
clearer than
I brought
that.
up Tyler, Lupita Nyong'o. Let me not use Arya
They
Star because
all look
everybody may not
different.
know who Arya Star is. Let's use Tim's. These
They're
are African
different.
people.
I agree.
Exactly. And
So
that's on
what
the
True.
same
decides?
continent. So how can you say people from the same continent don't look the same, but you can say somebody way across in a whole other
They
continent
hire
look the
agents.
same? That don't
We're
make
not
sense.
listening
I
at
mean to y'all,
all.
sis,
I
but
didn't
let's keep
say
it
we're
real.
the same.
They are
Everybody on
not
the
all the way
panel
human.
who
Stop
agrees
trying to
with
Impossible.
look.
her put
It's
They
America
okay.
determined to
in
make
one
us dumb.
You're
because
literally
it's
not.
an
Look,
agenda. They know.
at the end of
I
the day,
did
if we
not
take
say
you right
you're the
now and if
same.
we put you in Africa,
He
we
still
won't
go
be
wrong
able
with
to
it,
tell the
make it is
difference.
impossible.
Please,
It's selective hearing. I
apply some
said we're
common sense.
different
I
in
want to
so
apply
many
some common sense.
ways. So many
Let's
ways.
apply common sense, please. This woman, we all know that. Okay, somebody's saying that some people are not humans, right? We all know that if the same can have offspring, right? A tiger can have a baby with a tiger, right? An alligator can have a baby with an alligator. Humans have babies with humans. If you're not human, you can't have a baby with an alien. Come on, just apply common sense. Don't go so far to tell yourself some people are not human beings. That's just ridiculous, man.
I never said
Can I
that they
can I
wasn't
say
human. I
something,
said
please?
they're not 100% human. I never
Can
said
I
that.
can I say
Remember,
can I say something,
And
please?
that's very offensive, brother. That's very
Can I say
offensive.
something, please?
it's not offensive. It
Come on,
is what it is.
you have
So
some.
you telling me that you
Can I
could be
say
in my
something,
face right
please?
now, and I cannot upset you. But if I upsetted you, you saying that you still the same conscious person. You want me to believe that, right? So when you react your act on me because was offense that was spoken, you're gonna give me your best of who you are. If I stood up to you and said, "Man, forget you and forget who you are," you telling me that you would be so offended that you'll put your hands on me and think about the consequences later. And then you're
No,
going to turn right around. Hold on, sir, because you ain't got the wisdom. You're going to turn right around and say that you're 100% human. You're going to turn right around and say, right to yourself, man, I could have handled that situation a lot better, but man, he pushed a button that I couldn't control. And then you're going to call it 100% human. And this is the problem, right? You don't know when the beast mode is on and you don't know when the beast mode is off. So you just retaliate on everything. And you'll be like, oh, I think that's offensive. I know that I got beast in me. I wouldn't justify it because I know who I am right now. You could put me into a mode of defense where I have to feel like I have to defend myself. And that's going to be a whole different method of advice. It's not going to be the
nobody's talking
same.
about attacking nobody. We're talking about common
It's
sense.
not that I'm hurt. It's just
We're
that
talking
that
about
that
common sense.
statement is not true because for us not to have a 100% human DNA, that will mean that we would have to be we would have to have Caucasian or Neanderthal blood in us. So your statement is false. Just to keep on saying that people are not 100% human. We know that people who are not
You're not.
100% human are
If you can't
Caucasians.
understand what I'm saying, okay, let me say it like this.
Not
When I
understand.
remember
No.
just recently when white tea people didn't have any gifts, when you used to see them like walking down the streets, if you look back in the 90s videos and just like look up just random stuff that used to happen in the streets of the 90s, right? The early 90s, you would see exactly what I'm saying. They was like walking aliens. I'm not making no. Look, I'm not making this up. They didn't have no gifts and no talents. That means that when they walked straight up and they moved their arms like a robot. I'm not playing. They
Does
didn't have
anybody
no
know
Coffee
styles, no
cups,
this?
indigenous.
characteristic to them. So what I'm saying, what you
No
say,
coffee
Queen?
cups, indigenous.
Oh,
Indigenous got a
indigenous,
coffee
no
cup up.
coffee cups, baby.
And hold on, baby, could you, Mitsubishi, Mitsubishi, he has not spoken. I just want to make sure he's there because I want to rotate the panel. We have people
Okay.
waiting in the queue.
All right. I'll lay down.
Okay,
Go
baby.
ahead.
What is that? Bitsunami. Are you there? Indigenous. Okay, so I'm gonna have to drop you all off the panel. I'm gonna have to lift other people. Okay. Come back a little bit later, you guys.
Okay, can I speak now?
Who is this?
Big Bed.
Okay, I'm gonna have to drop them too.
You have to.
Yes, go ahead because I wanna
Okay.
get this panel regulated. I
Okay.
want you guys to stick to the topic too.
Okay. One thing I want everybody in this panel to understand is everyone is entitled to their own beliefs and opinion, and you can't try to force your own opinion on someone else's to accept your own opinion because you feel you are right. Okay? With that being said, I feel to talk about humanity in terms of things humans create, the way we walk, the way we talk, the kind of clothes we put on, it makes no sense. Like it's a belittle comparison. To talk about humanity, you have to compare humans to other creations that are not humans. You don't compare humanity and we talk about things in which are being created by humans, like our culture, like the way we speak. You speak the way you speak because someone taught you to speak that way you speak. You were being taught that way. So that's that's a culture which was being created by humans. So judging humanity by that, it absolutely makes no sense. I believe what we should talk about humanity is actually in terms of our blood cells, our physical futures, our creation. Do you have a hand? I have a hand. Do you have a nose? I have a nose. Do you have an ear? I have an ear. Do you have a head, or is your head on your leg and your leg is on your head? Those are the things which makes you not to become a human anymore. Then when you speak about you being an alien, then I understand. When you talk about you not being a complete human, then I understand that. Humanity is human because we all have same futures from God. And when you talk about the Bible, which you talked about in the previous time, God never said he created any man different from any man. He said he created man, men and women, he created them both. So when you talk about funny things like the way you walk, the way you talk that way because you are where you are. You practice a different culture. You are where you are. So culture goes beyond just a way of life. It becomes your natural being. It becomes your existence. You speak that way. You speak English because where you are, they speak English. You speak Spanish because where you are, they speak Spanish. So judging humans by things in which is being created by humans is not talking about humanity. And someone goes as far as talking about basketball, the building of the house, different colors of the house. Bro, we are no longer talking about human beings anymore. As long as I'm concerned, all humanity are equal and created the same by the same creator. So we are all the same. We all have the same blood flowing through our veins. If you shoot me today, I'm going to die because why? I'm human. And if I die, that's the end of me. I can't come back to life anymore because why? I'm human. I think that is what makes us, that's the real sense of humanity, not the things we speak, the color of our skin, the things we are able to do and the things we are not able to do. Bro, that's not humanity anymore. Like I said, when I speak about diversity, I'm talking about diversity as per being unique as to what you are capable of doing. And mind you, you still have your limitations too. You are not a jack of all trades. You can't do everything perfect. There is someone else who can do something more unique and more in a more civilized way than you. So
We're
that
ready
is
for the music
diversity
box.
and uniqueness. It has nothing to do with humanity. It has
Yeah,
absolutely nothing to do with humanity, in my own opinion.
Can I ask Big Bird a question?
go ahead.
With you.
So, Big Bird, when you grew up in Africa, what did they tell you about the slave trade? What did they tell you? What did they tell you about black people in America? That's what I want to know.
What they told me about black people in America,
Yeah.
I'm not interested in black people in America because that's not my culture. It has nothing to do with me.
Okay. A is Europe and B is
Oh
Asia.
God, here we go again. Okay,
What
man.
is Africa's blood
I don't
type?
have no proof, please. We can get into that too if you want to. There's no proof.
I'm just saying, will you be all right?
You're just saying a whole
Because I
bunch
know
of
that's a hard, I know that you were trained to and taught, everybody was all around the world to believe in that lie. But
math fast. How would you
not
feel
true.
if
That's what
God
I'm
came
saying.
down and told your black ass you are African man and stop being in denial? What you gonna do then?
Ask him for his sources, like
Keep
anybody else.
on talking about black ass and all that shit.
I'd be like, God,
Hey,
Ain't
God,
nobody changing their
you coming to the
mind.
streets of TikTok.
hey man, Fats.
Hey,
You ever heard Michael Jordan say he the GOAT?
yeah.
No, you ain't. No, you ain't. You heard everybody else say it. We ain't never said it because get what? You don't gotta say it when you know you the
Thank
GOAT.
you. Africans didn't give themselves that title. It was given
Yeah,
to
a
us.
white man did that. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Africa
Y'all
didn't
believe
give
the
us
white
that
man shit
title.
though.
Oh, for sure. You're right. For
But we can
sure.
go
Hey,
around.
if y'all really
They
that
be
dope, be
trying
on here.
they be
Hey,
trying
listen,
to
if y'all was really,
Before
if
the
y'all was
white
really,
people colonized us and called us Africa, our original name meant mother of mankind.
what's the original
so we the
name?
grandma then. We the grandma then. If
A
y'all the mother, we the
Cuban
grandma.
Hold on. Remember what you
Yeah,
said? I don't know how to pronounce it. I'd be so
line.
scared to pronounce it.
A Cuban line means mother of mankind.
Okay,
that's
yeah.
an Arabic
If
name.
y'all the mother, we the grandma.
No, it's not.
Yep, the
No,
Arabic's
the
name
hell it's not.
Babylon.
Okay,
All you
where's
gotta do,
Swahili
all
from?
you gotta
Wait,
do
y'all
is,
wait.
all you
Where's
gotta do
Swahili
is
from?
What makes
look
y'all
at
the damn
Swahili
mother?
is
Because of
everywhere.
everything the white team man did for
Where's
y'all.
Swahili from?
Everything the white team man built.
Everywhere.
Because
Look
the
at
white
you.
team man gave y'all
That's why I know
EBT
you don't know.
and SSI, and the white team man pay y'all good.
y'all be mad on about this shit on it.
You guys
We
be
mad
tripping
about
on that.
what?
We gotta do
How are we
everything
mad
by
when we're hosting
ourselves.
our lives,
We
talking
not
about
waiting
how
for a
our
white
country is
team
the
I'm
man
saying
to
y'all
motherland?
be
employ us.
mad,
We're coming
y'all
on
mad
our
because
We
y'all
not
don't
panel
waiting
come
for
from
a
to tell
white
us
Africa.
that
team
it's
man to
not.
hire
So
us
who's
before
really
we get
mad?
out the mud for
Y'all
real.
mad
You're
as hell.
fighting history, sir. You're
I ain't
fighting in
fighting
a
shit.
battle
I
of
ain't fighting nothing.
history. So who's mad? I'm not mad because my shit is backed up. The whole world knows what's
So
up with
y'all
me.
believe
The whole
all
world
the
knows what's up
history
with
legit.
me.
You
You're
heard
the
me, you
one
for
fighting
it.
for your life,
Know your
trying to debunk
sources.
history.
You for it. So you
What's that?
believe everything the books tell you?
Yeah,
Let me
she
tell you
does.
something. I don't know,
The
probably
book
because you
don't say
haven't
Africa the
traveled the world
I
motherland.
and
asked the
you're stuck
question.
in
I said, do you
America.
believe every
Wait,
hey listen,
probably you're stuck in America,
no
but when you go to
disrespect, but I
other
don't want to go to no
countries,
Africa.
this history is backed up. I hope you know that. We have our own history and it aligns.
So
Like, what do you
y'all
think?
believe everything the
All
white
right.
man
So
said,
what's your
y'all right?
creation story? What's
This
your
is not
creation
only
story,
white tea men that are writing history.
Bro,
You think only white tea
Africa
people
is the
write
motherland.
history?
There's no creation story.
Like, that's the thing. You
So
need to
y'all
travel.
believe hey listen,
I feel
so
like you've
all
been stuck in America
so
all your
listen,
life.
so
So
listen,
you
you
don't
for
know
it.
what
You
goes.
for it.
You don't
Hey,
know
hold
what
up
goes
real
around in
quick.
other countries and continents. We have our history and it matches. And
Hey,
if it don't, we correct them straight up.
what's up, guy?
Most of those
History has been
countries
corrected
are
so
real.
many times. Trust me.
Most of
If
those
y'all were
countries are
stuck in
real.
America, that would have been
We don't sit
corrected.
down and let people
Are you for it?
reclassify
Are
us
you
like
for
10
it? You
times.
for it? You for it? So
What's
y'all
that?
believe all the books, right? Y'all believe that?
Yes, we sure do.
The
So
books.
you believe everything that's in all
Not
textbooks is
everything.
correct.
Not everything, but y'all being from
Bro.
So
Africa,
y'all don't
they
believe
ain't lie about
everything, but y'all
Africa.
just believe Africa the motherland, right?
It is, bro.
Man,
Because
You
come
it
know,
on, man.
aligns
Hey,
with our
listen, man.
history. That's
Hey,
why I just didn't
at this
wait.
point,
When you say the
we gotta
books,
start
what do
using
you
our common
mean?
sense,
Do you
man.
think white sea people are the only people writing history? What's wrong with you?
Man, y'all
You
crazy.
think
you
Africans
guys,
never
you
wrote
guys
the
can show the
history?
source.
Y'all crazy.
Show
You
your
think
source
Africans never
about
wrote the
Africa.
history?
Hold on.
I ain't gonna lie, boy. I'm
Hold
thinking
on,
y'all got
hold
a
on. Do you know when they refer to Africa as the motherland, it's not
Here he
necessarily
go with
just
his
to be
young
the
lame,
motherland
man.
of the mother. Hey, hold on. It's not to be the motherland
Young
of all
gunman,
mankind.
man.
Let's be the
What's up,
motherland
young
of all of
gunman?
the ancestors.
Boy, you got a mouth
Oh man, I don't know why you got
like
up here.
like Mr. Ed.
Ah, got jokes.
But I bet you can't put guns on that mouth, boy.
I don't even know you.
Look, Africa.
I
I
don't know
want to
where
see
you
the
come from.
pictures.
Hey man, I know real niggas out of Texas, bro. You not one of them.
Okay, that's cool.
Nah, that nigga be slapping your ass upside the head.
Slim G is on board. What's up, Slim G?
Hey, what's up, man? Thanks. I'm good, bro.
We're just hanging out on Miriam's live doing the usual, trying to
Yeah, I see that.
tug of war this thing. Americans versus the
Yeah,
Africans tug of war.
yeah, it's just the
I ain't gonna.
usual thing, bro.
I,
Like,
I be fucking with them though, man. I fuck with y'all though, man. But still though, y'all gotta goddamn cool out on that dick.
You're right. You have African blood, bro.
Nothing wrong with Africa being the
Feel me? 'Cause that
motherland.
one thing about us America, we don't tolerate no disrespect.
Right.
Is that so?
Man, listen, hey,
I
listen.
mean,
Y'all,
We
hey,
don't
listen.
back that up, but
Go
hey,
outside,
whatever.
go outside and be disrespectful to Americans where y'all stay at and see how quick y'all
I
get y'all ass.
disrespect anybody and nothing comes out of
Oh,
me.
Man,
bro,
be
are you
real,
okay?
man. Be
Trust me.
real with
What are you
yourself.
Trust
talking
me, in
about?
Be real with
Africa, we
yourself
know
now.
that from
Like,
Africa don't talk to nobody crazy.
let's
We
go
learned
outside
that
and
in
Y'all gotta
Africa.
be real with yourself,
Don't
man.
No,
talk to
that's
nobody crazy.
Africa, boo. You can't go in Africa and talk to anybody crazy. You'll wake up the next morning with your mouth
Man,
in the back
listen,
of your
don't
head.
nobody
That's
want to go to
Africa.
Africa.
Don't
I
send
know
our
ain't nobody
rhetoric.
trying to go to Africa.
Yeah, I don't want that smoke over there. You guys
We
be
don't see
happy.
Bro,
nobody
I'm
running
telling
no
you.
Africa.
I don't
Listen,
even
this
want
is
no
nothing to
African
even brag
smoke.
about. You don't want to smoke
That's
with
not
an
a
African.
tourist.
We
Like,
gonna keep it
we
a
will
buck.
That's
curse
a
your whole
vacation spot.
generation. Not just you, but your kids,
Poor nigga, man.
kids gonna feel the wrath. Please cut it out.
I'm not
You don't
even.
want
I'm
that.
not
You
even
don't.
trying.
Please.
I don't want that smoke.
You don't want no smoke. Next.
Mm-mm.
Man,
You don't
hey,
want no smoke.
Miss Lovely stay in Philly,
And
man.
they
You wanna
and they
hold some
like to
smoke, man?
brag
Go see
about what
Miss
the white
Lovely,
tea
man.
man gave to them and what the white tea man created for them.
With the white tea, man.
Is there any
Why
pretendians
you
that stay
bringing
in
that
Texas?
dude up? He's brand new to the
You're
planet.
claiming stuff that
Hey,
the
He's
white
Sierra
tea people
first.
gave you.
absolutely no
Congratulations.
real. He's not even
We
in
came
this.
out
What we
the mud. We
claiming?
gotta
What
do
we
things for
claiming?
ourselves. We don't got no white tea man.
How
You
y'all
guys are.
doing for yourself in America
You
though? That
guys
don't make sense.
produced them. They came
Y'all in
from
America.
y'all.
How you doing for yourself and you in America? Your mama
That's why they
Are
making
came.
majority
American
of
chicks.
Africans in America?
How y'all mad because we came here on a plane and y'all came here on a boat?
We
Right.
were already here. We
Y'all
didn't come
mad because
here.
we came here first class,
Y'all came
What a
in
real
on
African
boat
do?
and plane.
eating
What a
good,
real
We
and
African
were
y'all
do?
had to
already
come
here.
here on a boat. That's why y'all really
What a
mad
real
telling us
Africans at?
y'all
What a
leave,
real Africans
y'all
at?
leave.
I
Y'all
ain't
mad
saying.
because we wasn't
There are
born
no real
here.
What a
Africans.
We
real
came here on
African
our
at?
No
own will.
What a real
That's
Africans
why
at?
y'all mad.
What a
Like,
real Africans at?
please,
What a real Africans at?
please, you're jealous. Like, you're
What?
jealous that we were
Man, have you
that we
seen
had the
Africa?
privilege of coming here
Have
on
you
Lotus.
our
seen
by our
Is he
own
Africa?
will.
Africa is
is he
nice.
indigenous?
Africa is beautiful. Trust me.
Man, listen,
Africa
man.
is so
You
Every day
dry.
I
will.
get on
It's
TikTok, I don't
regular.
see nothing but red
Beautiful.
dirt.
All right, one of the
You won't even
pretendians.
think you
Are
in
you African
Africa.
indigenous?
Guys, chill
You
Y'all
won't
out,
got
even
guys.
think
15
Like,
you in
chill
trees
out.
Africa.
out that
Let me
big.
stop.
Y'all got 15 trees, man. What the hell is you talking about?
Bro, are you okay?
What?
Yeah, you need to go educate yourself. Maybe you do need a trip over
Do
there
you know
to
what
go see
educate
Africa.
mean? You know what educate mean?
Bro, and all y'all got is
Do
projects.
you know
All
what
y'all got is
educate
the
mean? Do you know
projects.
what educate mean?
They
Your ancestors
Do
did
you
none
know
of
not
what
that.
go near
educate mean?
them
The
nice
black
places.
man
They'll
in
kick
America's
your ass
biggest
out
enemy
real
is
quick.
education. That's why they
Y'all only
that's
got the
why they still
projects.
down
That's
bad.
why we fucked
You
up
so
now.
scared of
Receive the
education. That's why you still down bad. That's why your group of people
Now,
will
let me
never
start
move
arguing with
forward
these
because
stank
y'all
ass
hate
Africans.
education so bad. Education is your worst enemy.
Man,
Go
oh,
read
have
a
mercy,
book.
boy.
Go to
I know.
college. Go to
Hey,
school.
how y'all mama be feeling
Go to
about this shit y'all be
school.
talking?
They think education
Get
is
a
bad.
job. Get a trade.
Hey, Miriam, how your mama feel about how y'all be talking about us and shit? How she feel about that?
How your mama feel? How your
I'm
mama
asking a
feel?
question, man.
My
Vice
mom
Man.
came when my
versa.
mom
How
first
does your
came
mom feel?
when my mom first came into this country, she was treated very badly by African
Man,
Americans.
you a goddamn lie, girl.
Why would she lie about that?
Man, your mama wasn't treating no goddamn
Why
bad,
would she
girl. How she
lie
treated
about
bad?
that?
She came over here to get money.
Why would she lie about that? Are you okay?
What's up, boy, Will?
So what happened to her then? How she got treated bad
Like
then?
at work, they
She
would
probably
talk
was
What's
talking how
good,
y'all
bro?
be talking.
at work. They would talk about her. They
Listen,
would get
because she
mad that
probably
we
be
took
talking how y'all be talking.
like after they would
You
call
gonna get treated
African
bad. You talking
African
reckless, you gonna
husbands.
get treated bad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
y'all
like
love
let's not act like when
What's up,
Africans
Fidel?
come to
Hey, that's
America.
a real African here in
Let's not
Africa.
act like
Hey,
y'all
that's
don't
a
be
real
talking
African
shit
right
about
there.
them.
Look at how you sound. Is that a real African? You sound dumb
Cause
and
y'all fake
slow.
Africans. Y'all some $5
You
Africans.
sound dumb and slow. Like, bro, you shouldn't even be
Y'all
talking.
$5
You live in the
Africans. Y'all
South,
ain't
bro.
no
You
y'all
live
ain't
in
no
Bro,
real
like,
the You're the bottom of the barrel. I
Man, what
only
a
want
real
to talk
African
to
is, man.
West Coast and
What
East
all the real
Coast
Africans stand up,
Black
man?
Americans, not your Southern ass.
Right,
Like
yeah,
you're from the
dog.
pits. You're from the pits. You eat roadkill. Why are you even sitting here talking to me? East Coast, West Coast only.
Hey, Fiddle,
Like
Fiddle, you
you're like, please go back to the swamps in the bayou where you belong.
Fiddle, you from Africa?
Bye.
Fiddle.
That nigga
Yo,
can't
he
even
called me Fido. He's
No, that
cussing.
nigga's from
Fido.
America, man.
Fido.
he can't read. He
Might
can't
be a real
read.
African. I don't want
Fido.
to talk to no more Africans in America.
He can't read. I'm tired of
What the
debating
real?
things like this, man. He can't read.
Bro, like,
This
did
is
you
crazy.
drop us?
Nah, I dropped them, bro. I'm tired of these fools, man. All they do is get up here, talk about some crazy shit, then go on about it. They don't prove
No, bro,
anything.
you crazy, man.
I'm just waiting for the day one of y'all can just flat out say, hey, nah, I found a groundbreaking discovery. Black people are indigenous to America. Boom. All this crazy shit will end. You know what I'm saying? Some crazy stuff will happen. The world will be a lie. Everything will be spun back up. But nah, that's not what it is, man. I don't see it happening.
Saeed, what I realized is we gotta stop trying to convince, not even convincing, but arguing with these people. You heard what Medfax said when I asked him, what if God comes down to stuff and tell you that you're not indigenous to America? He said he gonna ask God for sources. Like,
Yo, can you tap the screen, yo? We can tap the screen.
We're taking Bible classes.
Everybody tap the screen, yo. I'm the only one tapping the screen right now.
Nah,
Nah,
bro. You know what's
I
crazy,
don't
man?
tap
Like,
when you're on top of the panel. I think that shadow band's alive.
nah, bro.
I'm
Like, I
tapping the
know
screen,
Medfax, bro.
I'm getting it to 10K likes.
Oh yeah, everybody
The
tap
thing is, these people know who they are, right?
Conversation with
So
me.
No,
it's,
they
it's a
know
matter of fact of
100%.
protecting their own information, like
Saeed,
what they
let him
believe that they could be.
don't drive him.
So
I
yeah,
won't, but like
Hey,
I'm
man,
getting tired of
Mary, you gonna let Mr. Ed run the panel, or you gonna let a nigga speak?
Mr. Ed
bro.
is crazy.
Yeah, right after Slim land his plane, then you can go ahead.
Yeah, I was just trying to say is like
wait,
I've been like,
you're not gonna disrespect Saeed. He's a mod on this panel.
Man, Saeed
He's
a
a
hoe.
supporter of this panel, so you're not gonna disrespect him.
He lying.
All right,
who's
you got
lying, bro? Like
go ahead.
the thing is, man, about these modern, I don't know what to call them, these modern age people, right? So they think whatever they found on the internet is true, right? Just because they believe in, they deny themselves. Like, what the heck, bro? Can't you see you're blacker than the moon, bro? Even some of y'all, like, you're just blacker than these people in Africa. Some of you just worse. So, like, being in America, bro, doesn't mean shit, bro. Anybody could come up and go whatever they want and reside there and become the citizen of whatever country they wish to, bro. It doesn't change the fact who they are, right? So it's like, doesn't matter what you believe in, you're still who you are. So it's kind of sad when you don't realize who you are, but it's okay, man. It's okay, bro. You can believe what you wanna believe in, bro. I know some of your beliefs like be some kind of like Dragon Ball Super Saiyan people who could just do whatever they want, fly or whatever, bro. So yeah, I don't care at this point right now because some of you are just saying it's irrelevant to reality itself. So you just get over education, you just think everything is whitewashed or you're trying to brainwash you or something like that. That's not how life works, man. And education is key, bro. That's what I can say.
Okay, Spirit, you can go ahead.
What's the
Spirit, you can go. Okay.
Yeah.
Colonius,
I don't know.
you can go ahead.
Somebody
Flo.
stop being gaslighted. Everybody's getting gaslighted for no reason right now. If somebody knows how to trigger your mind, you're about to be careful of that. Don't let them get to your mind, because this is gaslighting. All these TikTok lives I be saying about, oh, Africa is better than us, da 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 da. It's because the Africans be watching. Everybody's watching, and you guys fall for the trap.
That's
Everybody's
true.
falling for the trap because when it comes to reality, bro, it's not what they be saying. That's not how it works in reality. Like Buddy just said, Sam G. when it comes to reality, that's not how reality is right now as we speak,
Yeah,
bro.
bro.
Hey,
People
Slim.
just be chatting, bro. People just chat, bro. Just chatting.
Hey,
That's how they say
Slim.
it in the yard. Be chatting, bro.
Hey, Slim.
Niggas just be
You went
chatting.
Slim G. You in Africa?
Yeah, I'm in Africa right now, bro.
Ooh, we got a real African in this bitch.
Yeah, I can tell you what he is in Africa right now, bro. He's in South Africa right now, bro.
That's
I
good.
can tell
Hey,
you
that's
That's
that.
what's up,
good.
man. Yeah, it's nice here, bro. I don't wish to go anywhere.
Hell yeah.
Period.
Tell Miriam, man, you for that.
Yeah, not all Africans like America. My dad came here, it wasn't really his thing. He went back home. He
He
likes
ain't
it
take
back
you with him?
home. My
I mean,
grandma, she
America
would
got
come and
they
visit,
got
but she would
shitty
never
laws,
live
bro. I
here.
don't know.
But where did y'all really come from? Did y'all come from the rich family or the poor family?
We're here in Africa, man. Well, most of all, I don't know, but one thing I could tell, most people come from royal families, right? So most families they have some royal blood in them. So my family, I would say, yes, it has some sort of type of reality, but yeah, man, I wouldn't say we're rich, but we're royal. But I don't know how to say rich, but I don't know, man.
You well
But
off.
yeah, you could say we well off because some part of my family, right? There's this place where there's like a hometown, like that's where my clan actually lives, right? So there's like I don't know how many acres, but everybody's there. It's fam, bro. Literally, they're all fam, right? Even we have our own cemetery, like just my own family cemetery. So that's how
Hey,
how
Slim, let
rough
me
we
ask you a
are.
question. Slim,
So
I help your boy get a 9-8 number, bro. I pay you.
what'd you say?
I said, help me get the 9-8 number. I pay you.
What you want money?
No, I said, help me get a 9-8 number.
98.
Yeah.
Bro, what is that? What is 98, bro?
I'm a inbox you. You feel me? Just remember my name.
Alright, cool, man. I
Yeah, one thing about South
Hey,
Africans,
y'all see that ladybug right there?
you be meditating.
That boy
That
just
shit
landed
hard.
on my leg.
Saeed, that's a real
Yeah,
Texas
man.
nigga right there.
Like what I said, man. Like most African families, like most of y'all come from royal families. So like it's true what they used to be say. You guys used to be kings and queens. Like yeah. So it's not just me. So these families are huge. They're way big,
Slim G,
right?
they still kings and queens.
Yeah, they still are.
If
That's
you
what
go
I'm
to
trying to say.
Northwest, since I'm not the Khosi, you know that, bro.
Yeah, I know, I
One
know.
Will, you in Africa
Like
too?
Yo,
no,
listen,
it's
listen
not.
to the planes. Yo, listen to the planes, dog.
Let me see what Africa look like. Y'all tell me, let me see what that Africa look like over there.
Bruh, it's nice, bruh.
I believe it,
Yo,
bro.
is that an airfield he next to or something?
Probably, but it's not so far from here.
Cause I
Where you
see the
from,
roof.
bruh?
I see he got the
That's
roof pop back.
that's Spirit Airlines, bro.
Uh, you asked
Yeah,
me where
bro.
I was
Like,
from?
where you from? Like, where I'm from, right? It's not like actually I'm from where I'm at. It's like rich people. I don't wanna lie. It's like the burbs.
Hey, Saeed, Feloni
So
is a real Texas nigga. I don't know who you is.
That's fine.
Man, I ain't in there.
Hey, bro, you from Houston, right?
Yeah, I'm from Houston.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You ain't from Houston.
I was born there. I ain't really lived
Man, you ain't no real Houston nigga. I know a real Houston nigga that get
I
down, bro.
don't be in Houston every day now.
You
Like
a
I
sucker.
go to like every 2 weeks. I don't go to Houston all like.
You down here right now?
No, I'm back in Texas now, but I live in San Antonio.
Oh shit, Houston. I mean San Antonio good too. I was born in San Antonio
Oh,
and I
where?
moved to
I'm in the east
Houston.
side.
Yeah. my grandparents they used to live in East Terrace. That ain't there no more. They tore it down.
Okay. All right, bet. No, I'm right down the street.
And then like after that, my grandfather lived in the sticks right on the corner of Yucca and MLK.
And Sam Houston, by Sam Houston.
It was when he lived there. It was a park. I mean, not a park. It was a bayou across the street, but it didn't flood it because it was lowland. They done built it up, and it looked totally different, and they paid him for his house and everything. So it don't look the same, but right there where the sticks and Reed meet up at, right there.
Yeah, you probably know my people.
I ain't been to San Antonio on a good little piece though. It's been about a good 5 years since he passed.
The Arshields and the Houstons.
But I mean, yeah, like my family known in San Antonio.
Yeah.
I got an uncle that sing Tejano music. He used to perform with Selena and all them. He won a Latin Grammy in Texas, like back in '96, I think.
Yeah, that's what's up.
No, for real. Bro, I'll do some digging because I do a lot of work out here for trying to stop like gentrification and stuff out here.
What
You talking about you trying to stop gentrification in San Antonio?
Yep.
Good luck with that one, boy.
Hey,
That's confusing.
how that shit go though? What you mean you trying to stop it like in what way?
Huh?
All the niggas is on the east side in San Antonio.
Yeah.
You heard me, Saeed. How you trying to stop it though? Like in what way? I'm very curious about that shit for real.
So like for example, we have one of these parks over here called Hay Street Bridge, and they were trying to take it down and just they were going to build on top of it, but we were trying to get that reconverted to a skate park, and now we finally got it to a big skate park now. It took about 3-4 years, but we were going to city council meetings, petitioning, getting crowd funds. Like,
Yeah, bro, that's what's up, man. At least you did something for the community.
Thanks.
So you saying instead of them tearing it down, y'all not remodel it, but refashioned it to be used as a skate park?
Yeah, now we got a big skate park.
That what's up. They give
Yeah,
people
bro,
a place
big
to
up,
hang
bro.
out at.
They're doing that shit all
Yeah,
over the
bro,
country,
you
goddamn.
putting up the most work, man. That's good, bro. At least
They
you're not
gang
just
bang
living for
hard. They
yourself.
gang bang
But that's
hard.
some
in
real
San
nigga shit. I
Antonio.
can't call you no
Yeah,
lying
they do.
no more for no shit. Like, you that lying, but you doing some real shit.
Nah, but I'm out on bond here.
Nigga don't care nothing about you being on no bond. Lying niggas go to jail too.
No,
Yeah.
it's for crazy shit.
So yo, gang bang over there too, man. It's a problem, man.
Nah, but Saeed, you had asked me a question.
Nah, so I was wondering, are you African descent?
Man, here you go, dog. Here you go. Here you go.
I
You was a
mean,
real
if you
nigga for
want
like
me
2
to
minutes,
just,
man.
Because I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I've done met some people out here in
You was
San
a real nigga
Antonio.
for about 2 minutes.
Fairly recent from the courts. He was from the courts. And
from
he was
Wheelie
all-
Court?
Yeah, he was from Wheelie Courts, and he was all like, "Man, he said, we've always been here, we everywhere, man. We African, but nah, we really American because Africans that came here." And he was all on that little tangent. I'm like, bro, you tweaking. Like, I'm trying to see. Like,
I mean, just to accurately answer your question, as far as I'm concerned,
yeah,
I'm indigenous, but I'm indigenous 2 different ways.
okay.
I have South American descent and Native American descent, and I've not found an African slave. I found people from everywhere else though, but like I've not been able to actually take somebody all the way back to Africa. But what I have, when I did my DNA test, it shows that I have Yoruba, but my Yoruba, like on my DNA timeline, is here before 1492.
You're Yoruba?
Yeah.
So basically, you do have some African blood in you.
Yeah. I mean, I can't prove it on paperwork. You know how they do, pull the
Yeah, yeah,
receipts,
yeah, yeah.
show. Because I'm gonna be real with you. I went on an African live. I think it was Coffee Live, and this was
Yeah.
like when I had first found one of my ancestors. It was like my fifth or sixth grandmother, and I found her on the slave ship with the manifest and everything. And I was excited. I was like, "Well, shit, I found mine." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I went up there, and like a motherfucker was attacking me. Was like, "Nigga, you were pretending, whoop de whoop." And I was like, "Nah, I don't even really be on that shit. I do, indulge in some of the conversations, but I don't be bashing nobody.
Nah,
I
you
don't
be
give a
chilling.
fuck."
Yeah,
Yeah.
bro.
So like, I showed them boys my manifest, and then I showed them my pictures, cause I got pictures of my great grandmother, my fifth grandmother, and she looked like an African, but she from the Carib. She a Carib Indian.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I got a manifest, and I looked at it. It say African, and then under her name and her three relatives, it say Creole, Creole, Creole. So I had to look up what it meant in 1810 to find a Creole in St. Kitts and Nevis, the Caribbean, with that little island over there. And that was supposed to be been a Carib.
Yeah, nah, a lot of slaves were shipped there from my people on my father's side, like from the island, like they were shipped from Ghana. So,
Right, but it was even
Yeah.
on their, but in their census record or their slave census record, it would say where they was from. At
yeah,
least on mine, it does.
yeah, because they'll say where they were shipped from at times. Not
So
to,
when I showed that to them, they swore to God I was lying. They was like, "Hell no, you ain't no African. You were pretending." I was like, "All right, you know what? That's the last time. That's the last time I fuck with y'all." And I just, that's why I really lay back.
yeah, I man, that's messed up.
Cause when people go through their journey, man, and they learning about people that they
Yeah,
never
bro.
met that lived before them, that's a sensitive issue.
Yeah, it is.
Some people come from different walks of life, and when they learning about people that ain't never lived, that they never got to meet, that shit is interesting. So it'll take you down a whole bunch of different, especially like in my case, I found a bunch of shit. Like when I was giving my genealogy about my aunts, my aunties and uncles and shit, they gave me 20,000 people already put in my genealogy.
Yeah, but it makes sense, right? Since plus your ancestors like they came through Europe and Africa, like some of them you don't really know, but I'm sure they met most of the tribes on the way. So probably your heritage is so rich than most Africans, right? You probably like have like 5 tribes in your lineage or 6 tribes or way even more. So
I mean,
yeah, man.
I'm on Dawes Records 3 times. My DNA matched up to Inca, Aztec, and Mayan.
Is
And
one of
I've
your
lived, like me personally, I've lived in Texas all my life, and everybody that I know being right here in the immediate Gulf of Mexico all our life. I don't know
Yeah.
nobody that
one of
live
your people
anywhere else.
Hispanic?
Yeah, I got some Hispanics.
Yeah, yeah.
See, so yeah, man. And some people don't get that when you tell them. They think you're just pretending and all that. But that's okay, man.
I mean, the shit get hard. I ain't gonna lie, it do get hard to tell the difference. But for me, man, I really don't be giving a fuck. I'm gonna support my people because I'm knowing, regardless of what they saying, they going through their own family history and they learning as they going. So they might be saying, I got this in me 1 month, and then find another ancestor and be like, damn, I got this in me too. So when
Yeah.
y'all be like, y'all every motherfucking thing, like you gotta kind of pull back on some of that shit and
Hey, bro.
recognize like,
Hey, bro.
what's up?
Do you know? That it's only 12% of African American that has a little bit Native American blood in there.
No,
And
no.
the blood that they have is like 12% Native American.
Is that a realistic thing, or is that a statistic that you're reading?
They proved the study.
Who proved it?
University.
What university?
University of
You just can't tell me no
Harvard.
any old thing.
Yeah, what is University of Harvard? A professor proved it.
They say 12% of.
You know what? I'm gonna be real with you.
Yeah, they had it up.
You can't take a statistic and read from a statistic and apply it to real life, as in everybody that you meet has that statistic. That's a bullshit ass statistic that really don't apply probably to half of the people that you're gonna run into, because you're gonna be running into people from different walks of life and in different regions.
Yeah.
If you come down, I know, I listen to you, Oracle. You be in New York and shit, but if you come down south, you're gonna meet a whole different kind of nigga.
Nah, he's not. So Oracle.
Yeah,
like he has a
Oracle. Where you at? Down south. You down south?
Nah, he not.
Nigeria.
He be in Nigeria, but he say he be coming to New York.
Yeah, I be coming to New York.
Next time you come out here, my boy, fly down south, bro, so you can get some of that down south flavor. Yeah.
Man, I'm gonna beat you all down south.
I'm gonna put you down. I'm gonna put you down with some Boudin.
Oracle. So when you go down to like places like Texas, Louisiana, you're gonna meet a lot of mixed folks, and like and so it's a lot of mixed folks that still like they be dark skinned, they be light skinned, they present however. So like a lot of them got ancestry going back to all these different races. So that's where a lot of the confusion come from, for certain people.
Hey, listen, y'all, listen real quick. Y'all fuck with America like that, like fuck with your country cousin, man. Somebody help me out with the 98 number. Oracle, I'm gonna be in your inbox, Oracle. I ain't gonna be talking shit this time though. You jumped in my shit talking shit the other day, but I'm gonna keep that shit cool though.
Yeah, nigga, you finish your round.
You trying to
What
get
do
a
you mean by
9
number? What's that?
Yeah, I'm just trying. I could have probably got it on.
Your spirit, did you finish your raccoon soup?
Here you go.
Wait. You trying to get a 9-8 number for yourself?
Yeah.
Or is you? I ain't trying to get in your business, but it's pretty simple, huh?
Yeah, you feel. I know my partner said he got one right, but he said he had to get an African address for them to goddamn. I mean,
that foreign trust.
Yeah, I just ain't want to run into no bump and get denied type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. I feel.
But I'm thinking one of my African cousins that goddamn fuck with me.
Yeah, bro. She get your 98.
Nah,
what you want, bro? What you want, bro?
I'm a inbox you, or.
All right, just let me know.
Hey, listen. As a matter of fact, I'm really gonna inbox you because I seen somebody talking about them goddamn them African mangoes. I rightly want you to send your boy a few of them bitches. You hear me? I ain't gonna lie. They say y'all fruit goddamn jumping out the grizzle. You feel me?
Yeah. Africa has the best mango.
I ain't disputing it. That's why I say I fuck with y'all, bro. We need to stop all that heating and shit so we can goddamn start a trade and goddamn get back to this shit like it forward to be. You feel me?
Man, I had some Kenyans live in my household for 5 years.
Do you know what we want? We want entrepreneurs so they can make stuff and we can buy them. That's what we
The one I fuck with, he an entrepreneur. He opened up a business in Kenya right now. While he was here, he bought one of them big ass boat motors. And he sent that shit back to his village, and they opened up a taxi service going across the river. At least that's how he explained it to me.
Hey, or if I come over there, you ain't gonna give me
back and forth.
You say
I said if I come over there, you ain't gonna goddamn give me a head knocked off. Is it?
Break it down. I can't understand you, man.
You can hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. What you say?
I said, man, if I take a trip over there, I'm coming over there on your.
Yeah. Oh man.
I'm myself, bro. I'm goddamn handle me when I get to your country. You hear me?
Yeah. Don't worry, man. I got a lot of women for you, a lot of food. A whole lot, man.
I ain't fucking with that fufu. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I ain't fucking with no fufu. I don't like how that shit looked on the cool.
You ain't never ate it?
I like jollof rice and fufu. What are you talking about? Fufu
You
is
ever
the
had a
best.
you ever had a goosey?
Fufu is the
I
best shit
don't,
ever.
I don't eat. I don't
I
eat
ain't gonna
meat.
lie. I didn't had some shit. I don't know if it's the same. Somebody told me it's the same, but I didn't had some shit with my roommate. He called that shit ugali. It's the same as fufu.
Ugali, I don't know about
It's not only fufu. We have eba, which is made from
Y'all
cassava.
ain't got no vegan fufu.
Yeah, we got.
Y'all ain't got no vegan.
Nah, I think it's vegan.
We eat more cassava than food.
I thought fufu had meat in it.
Yeah, cassava is fufu. You can turn cassava into fufu.
I'm saying, do fufu got meat in it?
Hey, Kit Kat.
Yeah.
Got meat and everything, man. You never eat that, bro?
Yeah, I don't eat meat, bro. I don't do the flesh, my boy.
Nah, not
That
Kit
shit
Kat. I'm about to
is
pee on.
You never tried no. All
Yeah,
right, let
but
me put a picture
man,
of how
hey,
it looks.
Miriam, please don't let that girl come up here and start talking that crazy shit, bro. Cause we gonna bail, man. She be on some different stuff or shit,
Nah, she cool. She cool.
man.
Why are y'all hating on me so bad? What's going on?
Yo, Oracle, when I come over there though, Oracle, though, I want to try some of them fruits and veggies, goddamn.
Hey, hey Miriam, what's up, guys?
What's up? What's up?
Hey, what's up?
Hey, chilling.
Okay. Yeah.
Mary, put it in a big screen, man.
I ain't gonna lie, I can't afford with this shit. Don't look edible.
It's a big old ball of fufu.
Where's in that shit though?
Have you ever tried?
It's pounded
Have you ever
yam.
tried the jollof rice, bro? Yeah, pounded yam and shit.
I don't really fuck with
Have you
bread
tried?
like that neither.
No, that ain't bread, bro.
Fufu not bread.
Nah, it ain't bread. It's bread. Like you can use it like bread though. It's pretty good though. You eat it
I
with
try the vegan. I try that vegan fufu. I can't fuck with the flesh though. I
it's
ain't
vegan.
eating.
It's vegan.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, the fufu vegan. It's what you eat it
Oh,
with.
But yeah,
oh,
like
so I thought the whole plate was
the
called
food that
fufu.
you eat the fufu with, it has meat in it. But some places serve it without meat. You just gotta ask.
Do y'all got vegan food over there like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's vegan options. I'm bet.
Listen, I want to go to Africa, right? But y'all be scanning nigga way. Y'all be handling nigga on that app, boy. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all make a nigga scared to go to Africa.
Why? Like, why you scared?
I not scared like that, but I'm just saying, like, y'all be so goddamn.
You been like outside of like to Jamaica or like any other place?
Jollof rice,
like
jollof
South
rice and
America?
plantain.
South
Hey,
America.
bro, this is
I'm
jollof rice.
countries are good.
It'd be like
Jollof rice and plantain.
I mean, I think in every third world country there's scammers. That just comes with it. So if you like to travel, especially to like
There are scammers in the U.S. too. U.S. is one of the
That shit
scammers in
look.
the world.
That shit look good
There's
right there
scammers
though.
in
Or
the
what that
U.S.
is, a plantain? What it mean,
Yeah,
plantain?
plantain. Yeah, with
Yeah, I
the
fuck with them
jollof rice,
plantain.
Now that
with
plate
the
look
jollof
good.
rice, and turkey.
I can fuck with that now.
Yeah.
So you don't eat
Hey
meat?
man, nah, I don't eat meat.
I mean, you could turn almost every African meal into like a vegetarian vegan.
Yeah, I do that. I do that with the food I eat here, like chicken and shit. I eat fried mushrooms and shit like that. Cauliflower, fried cauliflower, shit like that.
Because all our meals are made with vegetables.
Oh wow, you really a vegan.
The chicken is just the
That
opposite.
shit look good as hell.
I just made a salad
Yeah,
like
this right here
Yeah,
is some
this is
salmon.
how I eat every day. This is how I eat every day. Most times, I eat like this every day.
I ain't
Matter of
never
fact,
had no
man,
fish.
I'm a pescatarian, so I eat a lot of fish, a lot of seafood. But
I was
this right
pescatarian
here,
about 3 years.
yeah. So and I eat a lot of avocados and shit too, raw fruits.
Yeah, I'll be raw. I'm done now.
Every black person that you run into is just gonna have 1%. It doesn't mean that every European person you see is gonna just have 1%. That's not what average means. It means that collective average, you'll come across someone like Kentucky, Cupcake, Josh, that have more than 5%, more than 10%, probably more than 20%. I don't know. But you'll come across them, so don't just automatically assume that these people are 1%ers.
Yeah, they don't understand. Like, okay, so for example, some people are going to have 0%, right? Some people are going to have more than 0%, like you said, 20%, 10%. The ranges are going to vary. So due to the 0%, that's going to give you an average. That's an average. You cannot
Watch this. I just see him. Hold on, y'all. I'm in here scrolling. Y'all see that? At the top, Uchi Indian Tribal Nation. Y'all see them? This is their website. They were just on that map. This is them, the Seminoles. But you know what I'm saying? People want to argue semantics, but we know who we is, and we know who the people of this land truly look, what they look like. At this point, ain't no need to argue no more because we had already won. He said they slave descendants. Boy, stop with the cap. Stop with the cap. This John Horse people. This is John Horse people. This is his grandson is boy on this website. I can show you a picture of his grandson. Now make that make sense. 5 Finger. I'm gonna need you to step to the stage. If you really want to talk, come up here. You ain't got enough followers. You only got 100 followers, boy. Then you might as well leave then. Muted and booted. I said booted and muted. Oh. At the muted and boot 'em. At muted and boot 'em. What up, Sam?
Why you got so much background noise? It's just like a whole bunch just going on in the background.
What'd you say now? Repeat that, please.
I said you have a whole bunch of background noise.
I don't give a fuck. It's my live, not yours.
But then, like, we can barely understand you because, you got so much background noise.
Well, get the sugar daddy out your ear and listen up.
At least I can get a sugar daddy, with your funky ass. You couldn't even pull no motherfucking sugar mama.
Can you hear me now?
Pull no sugar mama.
I had to get her up out of here, family. I'm gonna go in the house in a minute so we won't have all this background noise. I was just out here smoking and shit. She bad. She big mad.
Peace to you, Swirly.
What up? What up?
You know this my favorite show.
Hey,
but
she big mad.
Yeah, I'm finna help Simp today. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta be truthful.
Come up here and talk her shit.
Yeah, I know, man. Look, I found a slave ship.
You found a slave ship?
I found a slave ship, bro. Hold on. Let me put it up here. Yeah, bro. I'm sorry, man. I didn't believe the bullshit either, but hold on, give me a second. Just waiting for my phone to kick in.
I just muted her for 30 seconds. Just chill out, Sam.
All right, bro.
I don't even want to block you.
Can you give me the big screen?
Yeah, I got you. I don't even want to block her right now. I'm gonna let her live for a second.
There you go, bro.
Oh man.
I found the slave ship.
That's supposed to be the Clotilda.
Nah, bro. I don't really know what the name of this slave ship was, but it was floating down at the lake while I was down there earlier today, and I realized it was a slave ship.
And the wood didn't rot in all those years?
Well, hey, the Clotilda's wood didn't rot.
What type of wood that is?
It said
looks like some regular ass plywood.
No, that's a slave ship, damn it.
So
that is a plank of a slave ship. It was floating in the lake, just like the Clotilda. Damn it.
Here come another dude. What up, Sleepy?
What's up, brother? Y'all my brothers, so I ain't really trying to diss nobody, but bro, you said that slave ship.
Yeah. That
from way back in 1800s all the way to 2024. That some bitch just been floating.
Yeah.
Hey,
nobody military.
Sleepy. That's what they be telling us what slave ships look like. That's what they be when they be like, we found a slave ship. They present some shit that look like that.
Bro,
Bro,
y'all
you
gotta
think I'm
lay off that
bullshit?
weed y'all be fucking with.
Hold on, Sleepy. Hold on. Now they got pictures of divers going to the bottom of wherever they at, and they got wood just sitting down there, planks. And so I was
brother, but what that gotta do with a slave ship just floating?
Well, they said those planks.
I mean, the
was-
whole time. Listen to what you saying, though, brother.
Look, I'm trying to tell
what
you.
you're telling, what you want me to believe is that there is a slave ship with nobody on it, but that motherfucker just steady, just moving on the ocean by itself.
Yeah. And this
hurricanes and everything did not move that some bitch. But you happen to see that some bitch.
Yeah. I was walking down.
He got lucky.
Yeah. No, it really wasn't.
I think it's the weed, brother.
No, man, I'm trying to tell you what happened.
Oh, it's something else, alcohol.
Bro, I'm trying to tell you how I discovered this slave ship, this plane from a slave ship. Okay.
First of all, you couldn't have discovered it if it was already there.
Well, look, I'm trying to tell you what happened. I was down at the lakefront with my woman. We was walking.
At the lake.
Yeah. Yeah, we was walking at the lake, bro. And
I was at the lake.
Going in my door real quick.
Oh.
And get rid of the lake.
Oh, thank
Yeah.
you. I appreciate it.
And so when we was walking,
Would you like your receipt?
no.
Okay.
I'll just take it. When we was walking.
Everything is hot from the oven.
Okay.
Yeah, just give my shit and gone, baby.
Hold on, brother. I'm sorry. I'm trying to do multiple things. Can you pull the bag?
Yeah.
Just pull it. I got it.
Well,
Fred's got that door
but you
Yeah,
or the Uber Eats, one of them.
What you got?
But bro said the slave ship was on the lake.
Yes. Now, let me get back to
it. Was on the lake.
Yes.
You gotta soak that in real quick.
Man, do you want to hear the story or not, man?
Okay, go ahead. Lie to me.
So I was walking on the lakefront with my woman earlier today, and we was holding hands, and she got mad at me about my phone getting a text message. And when she pushed me and knocked me over the rocks, I flipped over the rocks and fell, and boom, there the fuck it was. A whole plank from a slave ship.
A plank?
Plank.
A plank. A plank. Wood.
Yeah, that's what they said with the Clotilda. The diver was down there, took pictures, said this is the planks of the Clotilda slave ship. And I was at the lake. I fell over the rock because she was mad about the text message.
Whoa. Are you telling me somebody took a picture of the plank from the slave ship, but they left it there for your ass to discover
that was a different
walking
discovery.
down the beach.
No, that was a different one. But I discovered a slave ship too. When she got mad at me and pushed me, I tripped over that rock and fell over. Boom. I looked up, it was right there, bro. Right there, a whole plank from a slave ship.
No. How you know it?
Because it's a plank.
So?
Well, I mean, that's what they said. I mean, the diver was all over his stuff, taking pictures, claiming that was a slave
First
ship.
of all, you told me you found a slave ship in a lake.
Right,
I've never
a plank.
seen a slave ship in a lake, brother.
When have you ever seen a slave ship?
Lake.
When have you ever seen a slave ship?
In the ocean. I ain't never seen
When have you seen a slave
I assume they will be in the ocean. They won't be in no lake. What lake you at?
Wait a minute. Wait, this is Lake Michigan, bro. So you trying to tell me they didn't make deliveries of these slaves so they wouldn't be on the lake, dropping them off? Now, if they can discover some planks, why can't I discover some planks?
Okay. Well, I'm not disputing that too much.
Oh man, you racist, bro. Because I'm black. Is that it? Is that it? Because
what the hell I sound? Are you high?
Nah, brother. I'm just wondering why you giving me such a hard time about the slave ship.
Then why the hell are you talking about I'm white now?
No, I said I was wondering, do you got a problem with me being black, having this discovery of this wooden plank from a slave ship?
No, I'm black, motherfucker. My son black.
Oh, okay.
You think I got a problem with you, brother? That's why I keep saying the word brother. That's why I keep putting that in front.
Now look, just
you
like
my
we take
brother.
their word. Just like
I'm just saying, I think that you a little throw. That's all I'm saying.
Well, why you ain't saying that about the white people and they be claiming they got slave ships and pieces of wood for a slave ship?
I just think that maybe a psychiatrist or something.
We can't hear you.
Could help.
We can't hear you. we can't hear you. I need a so they don't need a psychiatrist.
That I was muted. But look, this is a white T-man slave ship right here. A canoe. They said 200 people in a canoe. Now, what's the biggest canoe you ever seen, Sleepy?
I ain't never seen now one of them. Truthfully.
This on slavevoyages.com. I'm saying this bullshit.
But you don't
look, every canoe I ever seen, it only fit 2 people.
Right. And also you don't have no canoe going over the Atlantic Ocean.
Exactly. But they said that
you need a ship for that. You don't need no canoe.
See that right there?
Because the canoe you can go.
This on slavevoyages.com. This on their website where everybody be talking about go on slavevoyages.com if you want to see the boats.
Nigga,
well, that where he got his, but I believe that could probably be just on like the mainland part, like going down the river.
Look, it's bullshit. When was cameras invented, Sleepy?
Cameras wasn't invented until
1816.
1816. And I got evidence of them. Look, I got evidence of them being invented before that, but that's here nor there. We're gonna run with 1816. This boat was in 1840. Why they didn't have no pictures?
That was in 1840. The picture.
Yeah, this a drawing. This ain't a real picture. This a drawing. Anybody
of course.
Can this shit. I could have drew this yesterday and put it up on the website.
Right.
I want to get back to my piece of wood. My plank that I found at Lake Michigan.
This motherfucker.
my plank from the ship, slave ship, and it had. I guess the name of it was Discovery because this was what was etched on the side of the piece of plank.
Man, you left it on the ground too, though, brother, huh? You left it on the ground too.
Look, are you gonna submit that to the Black History Museum?
Well, I was thinking about it. I did find a plank floating on the lake,
but he never picked it up.
Black History Museum.
I'm gonna have to.
He never picked it up, though, brother.
Well, but you pick up slimy stuff, man. I mean, the diver didn't pick it up in their pictures. They just said,
I picked that slimy motherfucker up. If it has something to do with
you
history,
don't disturb. You don't disturb historical evidence.
I
You
can
just take
always
pictures of
wash
it.
my hands.
No, you cannot disturb historical evidence. You just leave it there. You take a picture of it and walk away.
All right, man. You act like
That's what they did with the
dead.
Clotilda. They took pictures of the wood.
All right. You act like that was something that's been there thousands of years. Slavery was about what, 300-400 some years ago.
Well, how you know this piece of wood ain't 300-400 years old? Why you just can't take my word for it?
I'm just saying it ain't no 1,000-year-old. That's totally different. I mean, you pulling a ship out of Mali that's been there for 1,000 years. Yeah, I might say, no, let that go and chill with that, brother.
Okay,
you know,
Sleepy,
just
do me a
don't
favor.
dust it off.
Sleepy, when you get a chance, bro, I want you to Google the Clotilda, and you're gonna see a diver taking a picture of some planks laying on the bottom of a riverbed.
I don't want to Google Clotilda.
Okay,
whatever the hell.
so they said that was the left of the Clotilda, and apparently this was what was left of the Discovery.
That's all they could find. They couldn't find
that's
no,
all I could find.
They couldn't find no
been
they couldn't find no
ships.
They couldn't find a whip. Ain't no whip was around there, nothing.
Wasn't no chain.
No chain.
Man, there have been
Then they say, hold on.
ships.
Then they say Africans brought rice in their hair too. Shouldn't it be like some little rice beads on the ground somewhere?
Well, I didn't check. That might be rice.
Well, they won't be on the ground if the ship got sunk. It'll be floating in the ocean somewhere.
If the plank lasted 200 and some years, shouldn't the rice last that long?
Sink to the bottom. or it was floating around somewhere around in the ocean. Maybe some whale or dolphin ate it. Or nobody never ate it. It's still floating there. I know one goddamn thing. Ain't no black people came over here through no lake. I know that.
Well, I know
what
that
bro
was
said. Bro said we got over here through a lake.
We ain't come
I don't know what game that dude been playing, but he think that the world is big. I don't know, brother.
Sleepy.
Listen, that is a plank from a slave ship, damn it. And all of you people who don't believe in the slave story, owe them people that tell us we brought slaves.
It's too new. That ain't no plank from no slave shit. That is too new. It wouldn't even look like that.
Well, see, that's because it's been sitting in the sun, and them hot days it dried up.
Man, nobody want to hear all that crap.
Well, damn it, they got all kinds of excuses. Let me have them.
Exactly. Why his
okay.
Good?
Okay, you right, brother. I'll follow right
respect
along
his lies just like you respect the white man lies.
Right. Right. Thank you very much.
And it looked like it been trimmed from Home Depot.
Well,
they was Narragansett Indians. Just the Johnson family. Narragansett was like in the New England area.
Yeah. That means they came over here.
These people
somewhere somebody was a indentured servant or they was a slave. It's one on two
none of that.
to get that name. Ain't no Johnsons in Africa.
Look how fancy they dress.
Ain't no Johnson in Africa. Ain't no Johnson in Africa.
Sleepy, I got a question for you. I got a question, Sleepy. Then if ain't no slave ships, because you said my piece of wood plank ain't from a slave ship, and since mine ain't from a slave ship, that means theirs ain't from a slave ship because we did the same thing.
I didn't say it wasn't no slave ship. I'm just saying what you found was somebody log just floating through there probably. I don't even know if you even found it over there.
It wasn't floating. Like I said, I flipped over the rock when she got mad at me for the text message.
It wouldn't be that white, brother. It wouldn't be
it was just sitting in the sun. It was just sitting in the sun.
Hey,
even the sun won't make it white.
It had Discovery covered in the side of it. It got Discovery covered.
Well, why we don't see that part?
Because it's so
only see
small, you gotta blow the picture up to see
rain
it.
that don't you think that if it's really, first of all, it wouldn't be that damn white. That's just first of all, let's just get that
Why
shit
not?
over with.
Why it wouldn't
Ain't
be?
no goddamn wood stay graded that pretty
Well, see, what happened was
that long.
what I believe is when apparently with the Discovery sank and crashed, a piece of the plank got thrown up and it was sitting in the sun for a long time for about 2 maybe 300 years.
Oh,
the wind blew
I know that wood. I know that wood.
Look,
I
stick
know
with
it.
my story. Then the wind blew it.
I hit a chick I was messing with that wood. I sure did. I hit her ass with that wood. I remember that.
Not helping me, damn it.
You found that son bitch from my house. Well, in my lake.
So you trying to tell me that your house was built 400 years ago?
Yep. Sure was.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
It was built 400 years ago. Yep. And it was number white motherfuckers built my shit. I made sure of that.
Well, that's about right there. You probably did have a bunch of white people.
Yeah, I made sure white motherfuckers built
Yeah,
my
your
shit.
ancestors really did make sure white motherfuckers was building shit.
Mm-hmm. I made sure they built mine.
I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Now that I believe.
Yeah.
Because I believe in white slavery. I believe they was the slaves. I don't believe we
They
was
was
at all.
slaves up there in Ireland and England and Scotland. They were slaves.
Yeah, they sure
The
was.
only reason why they came to America and tried to well, not tried, they did that. The only difference between us and them is a white man can be a slave, and once he run away, he can blend in with the population. But a black motherfucker, he gonna always be black. So no matter where he run, he can't blend in with the population.
But see, the problem is the population, like they said, like when they said Native Americans had slaves too. Look how little they is.
Everybody had slaves.
Right, they make it like the slaves are the limpiest people in the world, but when it comes down to it, the descendants, which is supposed to be us here in America, we seem to be really hard to deal with. They got to call out like 3 and 4 cars, 5 and 6 of them got to grab on us at one time. They can't just do it themselves. They got to power on us in a group. So I don't know who the fuck, what they did between the supposed slavery and now, because they done fucked up somewhere. Because we ain't shit like the people they was catching on them boats. They need like 5 people, 3 and 4 cars. I done seen what? Just to catch one of us, I done seen 7 cars circling the neighborhood.
And how many of us watching that shit? How many of us watching that shit?
Right.
How many of us discouraging the cops, like telling them, oh, that motherfucker ran over there, even though we know he ran over there? How many of us saying he ran over there?
Make out is why it takes so many of y'all to catch one of us today, but y'all, everybody was on us back in the day. We was just here. You can have one.
That's not true. That's not true, brother.
Well, shit. Let them tell it. They was transporting us all over the place, though, right?
Running. A lot of them let they slug run. So all they gotta do is say, hey, over there, you need to sit your ass down. You ain't did it, and they just pop your ass. I don't care how fast you run, but you ain't eating that damn bullet.
What was they using? A knife?
And now we have visuals and all that type of
Sleepy. Hold on. You talking about in slavery time? Or you talking about today?
In both.
So in slavery time, you was
they was shooting.
Shot. Hold on. They was worried about him having to light it and then point it at it and wait for it to burn out so they could fire it. So how far you think you got running while you waiting for the fucking
damn lie, man? How far are you going back, bro? This
you said slavery. They was using the
1700s. Yeah. Do you know what that is? That percussions. Those are percussions. All you gotta do is put a slug in the barrel and then a cap on it, and you fired at some bitch. That's how it went.
What happened to the
I
whole?
don't know. You seem to think that we way back in the 16 or 1700 to
Well,
where
that's when they
they
had
had
slavery.
it and they gotta stuff it, and then that little old flint be lightened.
Yeah.
And then once it touch it, pow!
Right.
It buzz. Hell no.
And if the
Bro,
wind
what's
was
wrong with you?
so, then how did they capture slaves then?
They captured slaves with our help, and they had some more modernized shit at the time.
Wait a minute.
But it
What?
was mostly with our help.
Wait a minute. So, hold on. I'm confused. Let me get this right. We helped them capture the slaves over in West Africa.
Yes.
So they brought us from America over to West Africa. We got off the boat and we went running around a strange land that we didn't know with strange creatures and shit just snatching Africans.
No, some of us already been over here. I don't believe that all of us come from Africa.
Now, wait a minute.
First of all,
I'm confused because see,
I do believe, I know for a fact that a lot of us that when it comes dealing with the Europeans, they have
Sleepy. What I want you
gave us some stuff.
Okay, Sleepy. Do me a favor. I got a homie named Sleepy. You know that. So I want you to take a deep breath, man. I want you to say to yourself, these motherfuckers lying. Okay? Come on, say it with me. These motherfuckers lying.
All right, I said which.
These
your ass is lying.
Damn, I can't. You can't back up your fellow man that look the same as you.
I still love you, brother.
Then say it with me.
True,
motherfuckers lying.
You ain't gonna make me go on with that. Man,
so we finna do some serious thinking here, okay? All right. So you finna be the European, all right, going over into Africa. You don't know shit about European. Yeah. You putting yourself in the Europeans, the Caucasians' feet. You going over to Africa, y'all done pulled up. You don't know where nobody is. Y'all just wandering around land. You know, you got all kinds of deadly animals around you, bugs and all this shit. You dodging all that, predators, everything, and then you see them Africans. Then you see them Africans. Then you see them Africans, and you decide that you want. Oh, look, I want to catch one of them, and then you just walk right over to it. The Africans see you. You fire off that musket one time, a little cloud of smoke come out, and all the Africans freeze because they seen a cloud of smoke and heard a loud noise. Nobody moves, and as you standing there because you so scared from that cloud of smoke and that noise, European walks right over to you, picks you up and puts you in the bag. Says, "Tom, I got one."
That's the problem with y'all. Y'all think that the black men in those days were hoes, and I don't mean to cuss.
Well, what else was they besides the biggest wimps in the world to let somebody come in your backyard,
like
your family and everything?
They can't listen. Black men at that time had to compete with other black men, and also Europeans. It's not like black men competed with just Europeans. That's not how it went, brother.
Hold on, Sleepy. So it couldn't be that they making up a lie. None of that shit didn't happen at all. It had to happen. Is what you telling me?
I didn't.
They're telling the truth.
No, what I said was that you think, because going off your words, that the Europeans said that we just gave ourselves up. Off what you said. That's what you said.
Okay, so
that's
let me ask,
not true, brother.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Hold on.
People,
Let's talk.
Tribes fighting against other tribes.
Okay.
See, you seem to think that
slow down, man.
slavery only started
Brother, slow
because
down.
Europeans came over.
Okay, slow
No.
down. Let's talk together. Okay, so I'm wrong when I don't believe. I'm just asking you a question. I'm wrong when I don't believe the whole transatlantic slave trade thing. So I'm wrong for that. I should believe in it, is what you're telling me, correct?
No.
Huh?
No. I'm not telling you that. I'm not telling you to believe that 4 million black folk were transported from Africa over to America. I'm not telling you to believe that. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is,
hold up, we forgot one thing. Hold on. Sit right back in here, a tale of a fateful trip that started out from this tropic port on board this tiny ship. The mate was a
white
smiling
people,
sailor
Gilligan
man.
Island, white people, Gilligan Island. That's you.
Because that's what I think of when I hear slavery.
Okay. Tell me this. Why is there only one tribal left in this whole this whole world, in 2024 that have not been fucked with, that have not been colonized? I ain't gonna
Because
say
the weather
mess
started
with.
getting rough. The tiny ship was lost.
No,
For the courage of the field's crew, the mental lost.
Have you ever heard of the Sindanese, the northern Sindanese islands? Them people have not been colonized even today. They are so raw that you can't even drive your fisherman boat over there near their shit. You gotta stay 5 miles off their coast.
Them people got bow and arrows over there. So I'm like, how did they get that? Like when we talk about this, we gotta realize, like, how is this bow and arrow getting in every single culture, from the Egyptians to the American Indians, and even those people that
you
you
keep
just named?
thinking that one single person thought of it. There can be multiple people think of the same thing. Just like you don't want to sleep with no hoe, I don't. Now we're two totally different people from two totally different continents.
Hold on.
No, I'm just using it like an example, brother.
Hey, every once in a while,
we are totally different people from totally different continents, is what I'm saying. Is that y'all seem to think that it has to lie down to one person. That's not how it goes.
It's not?
Bro,
no!
It's a science behind things, and there's an origin of things. There's a science behind things, and there's an origin of things, bro. And we can't, you know what I'm saying? We can't get away from it.
Origin has something to do with species, with like organism, life.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get my wife.
But your thinking is could be totally different from mine, or me and you can be thinking the same thing, but you in Africa and I'm way over here in South America. You're talking about origin. That has something to do just only with flesh. It has nothing to do with how you think.
Listen, in law,
because me and you can think the same way.
In law, as you see this law,
even that's proven. Let me just say this one more thing, brother. Let me just say this one more thing, brother. Even you will say that, oh, bro, I just met you, but me and you think alike. That's all I'm saying. How do you think we think alike? And I've never met you. It's a difference. But my bad.
Never roll a blunt in the dark, y'all.
So look, it literally says your boy Bill Clinton made that shit executive order 1307. He did this shit like in I think 96 or 97. Bruh, you been a goddamn, some people been property their whole life. If you older than this, then you know what I'm saying? They've been reclassifying us. Why do they have to keep reclassifying us?
Okay, that's something different. That's not what we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, I know, but right here, this all that black, African American, all that shit is in this. If you call yourself any of that shit, you basically property. You see that? They didn't have you in slavery. They just put you into slavery.
I heard that.
Recently.
But we were talking about something else. So my bad. I got to get down to y'all level.
So what Swarthy got up? So basically, what this is saying: as soon as you start classifying yourself as African American, you automatically putting yourself into slavery, and you're now property.
Yes, I've never said I was African American.
We didn't say you was, bro. But what?
I'm just letting you know, so you know the gist of what we own, bro. Like we already know what you saying, but it's deeper than what you saying, bro. It's way deeper because you got
yeah, a lot of that came back from there though.
Yeah,
the shit had to come from history for it to be to the future.
You got Africans that's over here from Africa that don't even have this classification.
Right.
They classified as YT.
Oh, I ain't know that. I thought they classified for whatever country they
you thought it was for all of them?
Ugandan, or you're Nigerian, or you're Malian. I thought that would it went. This is new.
This is for us to change into a slave. Because look, I don't know your background, but my background, I come from a family of people, black people, that melanated people that have been here on this land, and we all like, we ain't never just been just poor, broken down people. My uncle helped start the internet. I'm related to Magic Johnson. Like, it's a lot of prominent people in my family, bro. For real. Like, I ain't gonna go the narrative that we were slaves. I'm gonna be real. My family more than likely probably owned slaves.
Well, I know he owned HIV.
Listen. When I say owned slaves, I ain't talking
I'm sorry, dog. My asshole.
I'm not talking about chattel slavery because that's a whole that chattel slavery shit is bullshit. When I talk about slavery, I'm talking about we had businesses, we had land, so we had to employ people. And a lot of the people we employed was a lot of these immigrants that was coming over. I just got done watching this show on Netflix called The Warrior. It showed you how San Francisco was, and the Chinese and the Irish. And all,
I'm not gonna argue that because that's weird.
Curator and Suze are supporting this. Like, how bad do you need attention, buddy?
We're not sitting here out of guilt. Like, if she was saying something like, you know, people who look like African Americans. See, and this is the hard part too, because there's so many different definitions, and it's really important that we're like accurate. But it's like we've got to explain all of this stuff to tell people exactly what we're talking about. But people who look like African Americans were the original, you know, indigenous people to the United States. If she was saying that, that's not something that I would agree with. But that's not what she's saying. She's saying there were very, very dark Native Americans.
Exactly.
And those people were reclassified as black. Like there's a difference here, and I think half the time that I see natives coming at like coming at Afro-Indigenous people is because they're misunderstanding what is being said, and half the time it's friendly fire and they don't even realize it. And same time on my end, like I've gotten, you know, people, oh, do you mean this? And it's like, no, like ask me for clarification really quick first. Like just ask for clarification, please. But no, she's not saying that.
It's because even my own people trying to, because okay, people as humans, if they don't personally like you, even if you're telling the truth, they're going to be mad. They're just gonna say it's not true. So they're gonna push that stuff, and in other people, so if people that look like me are trying to tell people that that's not true, that's not indigenous people, then that makes it seem like indigenous people weren't the actual ones that got reclassified. Like I'm talking about indigenous people with straight hair. I'm talking about indigenous people with the phenotypes of the indigenous people that came over here and that we see pictures of from, 1800s, the people that came 30,000 years ago. I'm not talking about people that look like me that are African American. I was not classified as great grandma.
None of us are the Hollywood ones.
Well, and what's even more confusing for us is when we're using this terminology, like for my dad's the Dene, the Navajo side. So when he's describing it, yeah, hi. So when he is trying to when he's trying to describe his uncles, he's like, they were black, like they were black, and I'm like, what? You know, but like that's how they were described. But it doesn't mean that they were like, you know, Australian Aboriginal people are not the same as African people, are not the same as really dark Native American people. But it's so hard because we have all these terms, and some of them are interchangeable and some of them are not interchangeable depending on what we're talking about at the time.
Yeah, but some people are more closely related. That's what I was about to get into earlier. I don't know if you guys have heard of population wide. That's what I was talking about in the comments when we get into evidence. But so yeah, let me just read this real quick and then I'm gonna show a chart. So different models have been proposed to elucidate the origins of the founding populations of America, along with the number of migratory waves and routes used by these first explorers. Settlements both along the Pacific coast and on land have been evidenced in genetic and archaeological studies. However, the number of migratory waves and the origin of immigrants are still controversial topics. Here we show the Australasian genetic signal is present in the Pacific coastal region, indicating a more widespread signal distribution within South America and implicating an ancient contact between Pacific and Amazonian dwellers. So let me show this real quick. So, because once again, we're talking about the people in of the Americas, and I know we're getting in more recent times, but we have to factor this in as well. So, because I know, and this is why I tell people to read up, because I know a lot of people ask me like, okay, like beliefs, you know, all that. No, I'm going off of evidence and things that they are finding. One, you can get into morphology, you can get into the dental morphology, and also you can look up population Y as well. So with population Y, they're showing that there's a more widespread connection that connects certain ancient people to certain migratory waves that are coming from particular regions, in which that we call Southeast Asia. You know, like I was saying earlier, Eurasia. Even though those terminologies, and you know, there was no such thing as Asian people in the past, right? But we still have to use these modern terminologies in order to have a better understanding of where people or where they believe people migrated from.
So I do want to say this. I don't know how else to say that indigenous people are the first people to inhabit America. Indian bloodline, I'm going to have to mute you because you're putting words in my mouth that I have not said.
I really think that they're just still like missing what you're trying to say. And I would like, I don't know. I really hope it's not intentional, but like do you think that she says that she's denying the slave trade, or that they like people who look like Africans were the original Americans? Is that what you think she's trying to say? Because it's not. And you can't say I'm supporting that rhetoric, because I don't think that rhetoric is being spoken here.
Yeah, let me tell you about the Paiute natives. So let me pull them up here. He wants to talk about that. So let me do this so that he has an understanding of what I'm saying.
She's going to share it. And I'm going to put myself on mute because I'm carrying the groceries in.
Okay. So, and he's saying pay close attention. So the Paiute natives, it's shown in legislation in Utah that they were enslaved by Mormons, and the people that was trading them were Ute natives. Okay. And even at the bottom here, it says the act had unintended effect of encouraging the slave trade. Ute natives brought children to Mormon settlements and reportedly threatened to unalive them. Now, this act was put into place in 1852. And these people, it was illegal. Let me do this. It was illegal to hold natives as slaves. It's the Indian slave trade. It was illegal. So what they did was they most likely put them as black or had them underneath the slave category. In 1850, and I showed that, they did not have a category for Native people. So when these people were freed in 1863, whether they was children or adults, or whether it was their kids that they had, they probably went to the black communities where they were probably reclassified as black because they were black to them. They treated them just as bad as they treated black people. Are they black? No. They're native. Paiutes are Native Americans. Do they have phenotypes we can see in black communities? Yes. And that is the reason why. Because people from Paiute, who's the other ones? We got Paiute, Miwok, a lot of them had features that are like deep set eyes. And you can tell those people that say my ancestor was indigenous, you can tell that Southeast Asian phenotype that they held strongly in their nation. So if you think that black people are Paiute people, that's a you problem. That's not a me problem. And I'm not the one that did the reclassification. The Europeans did it. So I don't understand why you would think that. I don't understand. And it's a possibility that they reclassified them because they had to. It was illegal to hold it was illegal. They had to call them black.
I don't think she's saying that they looked the same as African black people.
No, you can see them in us because I said that just like they absorbed into the communities that are native, they absorbed into black communities because they was slaves. They had kids with other Africans. Well, they had kids with Africans, so they had kids that have phenotypes, and that's why you have African Americans that have native DNA. And it's not just the Paiute natives; it's all around America. They enslaved them.
No, I don't think.
I'll show you what they look like. Let me show you what they look like then. Give me a second. All right. This isn't a good picture, but I'm going to try and find another good picture. But this is what the Paiute natives look like before they was absorbed in any communities. So I'll get a bigger one. Let me try and find it here so that I can just send it over to my phone. Because that way, rather than making you guys wait a long time. Almost there. Because that picture doesn't show you a lot. Unless I do it. Hold on, let me do it this way. What's funny, don't laugh at any indigenous people or their phenotypes. Give me a second. I'm even going to make it bigger this way.
That's what she's saying, though. She's saying they're Native Americans.
They're Native Americans. They're indigenous. They're not Black people. But you can look at their faces and you can see their phenotypes in their children that they had with Africans, and you can see their phenotypes with children that they have with other natives. Do you get that?
Like
Yeah.
y'all aren't even
People
saying
aren't
that, like,
listening. they're
no,
they're not paying attention.
no. I mean, like, she's saying just like, okay, let's use me. Let's use, well, maybe not me. I don't know. She's saying that you can tell some subtle features from their native ancestors within them. Like,
Yeah.
it's not, you've got it backwards. She's not saying it backwards. No, she's not saying they look the same. She's saying there's some aspects. Like, I don't look completely indigenous, but there are people who are like, oh yeah, I can tell. Like, I can see this and this. Like, there's subtle signs. Like, it's not, she's not saying they look exactly the same. No.
Yeah, your phenotypes and genotypes will be passed down.
And if you want to say there's no proof that they weren't reclassified, then that's a different argument. But you're saying something that she's not saying.
They do. We have
She's saying due to admixture, right? Due to admixture and people mixing, certain phenotypes you can see in their offspring. So great grandparents, parents, whatever it is, you can see how they look like their great parents or their ancestors, period. Certain phenotypes and genotypes will be passed down to the further generations.
And these phenotypes have nothing to do with their skin color. Like the deep set eyes, that's the eyebrow ridge. The dent between the eyes and the nose, or how the nose comes out and the shape of the nose, has nothing to do with their skin complexion. Their cheekbones have nothing to do with their skin complexion. It has nothing to do with that. When you guys see them, you're like, oh, I see this. That's not me. I don't see Black people. I see indigenous people, different colors, different phenotypes. Why they all look alike, I don't know. Maybe they're triplets over there. I don't know. That just trips me out every time. But these phenotypes, you cannot take away from their ancestors because of colonization.
That's homogeneity, Grant.
It's not that they were passed off.
Can I say something? I ain't say nothing. Hold on.
Yeah, I just wanted to respond to what you were saying.
It's homogeneity, which means that they probably all share the same lineages. They probably don't have too many admixtures to add traits from so many different ethnicities to spread out between them to make them look different. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh. And then we have people. So here's the thing. If a person has indigenous in their DNA, why would they not have any phenotypes from them? Can I ask that? Von Mason, do you look like these people? Because they're no longer walking around. They're absorbed into community. They're absorbed into communities. You do not see a nation here because the people that look like them were enslaved. Those were the natives that were enslaved, and some light-skinned natives. I'm not going to take that from them. But these phenotypes, no, look them up. Look up the schools, and no disrespect, but their kids were the ones that was the majority affected by what happened, the people that was found. They did that because of one of the reasons that they said they were the light-skinned ones were the most beautiful people.
Okay, can I ask you for some clarification?
Mm-hmm.
Because they're still not, I still don't think that they,
Yeah,
okay.
I get in my feelings when they start talking and saying stuff about these people.
Okay.
Because they're the darker, more phenotypically different than the northern. And they are northern. These guys were in Oregon, they was in California, they was in Colorado. So I'm gonna let you ask me, because I take a little offensive. I don't like when people say anything about them or don't have any empathy for what they went through because of their phenotypes.
Yeah. So I think, okay, I'm going to ask you in a question instead of just trying to say what I think you're saying. So are you
saying that these people were reclassified as black or African American or whatever because they looked African American, or are you saying they were reclassified because what was it, the Mormons?
African Americans didn't exist yet, so they were reclassified based on skin color.
Yeah.
So let me answer. So if they was reclassified, so that's the possibility word. We got to look at the possibility word. It would be because it could have worked because of their phenotypes. All they had to do was say there was mulatto to get away with keeping them as slaves. And we've seen that with the previous document that they kept them as slaves up to even 1852.
So it wasn't because they could say, okay, these guys came from Africa. Like, it wasn't because they could be mistaken. It's because they were doing a corrupt practice to get something that they wanted out of greed, correct?
It's because they were darker than the other people in their race. They had different phenotypes than the other people in their race. They didn't have afros, but they have phenotypes where they could do them wrong because of their phenotypes.
Are you saying there were two different types of native people here?
No, there was multiple types of native people here that admixture and created all these people. They came from everywhere. Vanta just listed off the migrations.
Yeah, we still to this day got Amazon Indians that's that some of them is related to the Australoids. That's what he was showing.
Wait a minute, Grandson. He said, boom, there it is. There what is? We literally just listed off all the admixtures. Do you think that every native looked the same?
Yeah, like, do you think the Dene people look the same as natives in Alaska?
Let me look and see.
Indian bloodline?
Let me look and see.
I do.
Right there. Let me look and see. Let me see. Dene Native Americans. All right, let's go. Oh, so that is Dene Navajo?
Yeah, Dine, D-I-N-E, and then there's Dene.
So you can tell the admixture with these people. So the guy at the top, the two guys standing, they look more like they have their phenotypes match Dene, and the ones at the bottom match Miwok. Their phenotypes match even Cherokee.
Black.
But it doesn't mean they're not the same race. They're still indigenous.
I really don't think that she's saying that there were people who looked like African Americans do, or people from African living in the U.S. prior to colonization.
Hold on. Let's take a time out. The woman that's looking at us in the picture, if she had kids, would they look like her?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna tell you the reason why there's some African Americans that look like that woman is because of the admixtures. It's not because they're original. It's because they have an ancestor that was indigenous to this land that's been here the whole time before our other ancestors came over here. I don't think people understand admixture.
I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying.
You.
I'm saying, like, let's pull my friend Alawali from Africa. He's never had any ancestors who have lived here. You're not saying that my friend Alawali had people who looked just like him here.
That look is not found in Africa. This woman is indigenous.
Yes.
But as human beings, we do how can I say this? You can see this is what I'm saying. I'm not saying these people look African, but when you say something like that, that's man, I not you, Suze, but I chose. As a Black person, knowing the atmosphere of there being people trying to say that their people was here first, I can't agree that this woman looks like somebody that could be from Africa. However, because if we look at someone from Nigeria, they look completely different from someone from South Sudan.
Yeah.
So that's the same way I look at indigenous people from South America, the islands, and from even all the way up to Alaska and Canada. they're all the same race, but they're not going to look exactly the same. And there's going to be people that are favored by colonizers more than more than others. The ones that had this phenotype were not as favored by colonizers because they didn't have that light complexion that was close to whiteness. They didn't have that bone straight hair. So it's just the fact of realization that they were the ones that either were in the communities that were native, or the small amount of them that was taken into slavery was in the Black community. And if you're in the Black community and you're married to a Black man that's from Africa, when they come in, when these European people come in, they see the husband, they're going to put you down as mulatto and Black. They're going to reclassify you. And then your grandma's going to keep telling you, we're indigenous. Don't forget it. We're indigenous. Don't forget it. The grandpa knows he from Africa. He know that his people from Nigeria. But the grandma is telling each one of those kids, every grandma, every time, they're going to tell them to remember who they are. And that is why they're going to look like the woman right there in the middle looking at you.
Coarse hair is different. What do you mean by coarse hair? Are you trying whatever? I maybe don't want to get down that rabbit hole. Sorry, I'm responding to the person in the comments.
Oh, I know. So their coarse hair that they was talking about was an admixture of different phenotypes from. It was an admixture from different phenotypes from the area they had came from to come together and create the Native Americans you see today. So that's why some phenotypes are going to have straight hair. Some phenotypes are going to have thicker hair, but it's not going to be an afro. It's going to be either straight or it's going to be in the middle where it's laid down. And it's not straight. It's like a horse's mane, basically. No offense, because I think that I hate when people say that. You know, I don't like that he even used that as an example because that's an animal. You know what I'm saying? But
y'all don't have coarse hair, we do.
And it's not fur. It's not, because every human in existence had fur. Let's keep it a buck. All of us had fur. Well,
okay, so
the froze that they had was only until their hair grew out, because then it laid because of the thickness. So they had hair that was thick, but it was wavy. And then when it grew, then it laid down because it wasn't going to go up like ours. Ours is different type of coarse hair than a coarse hair from a person that's indigenous.
Like my dad's hair sticks straight. Well, his hair is thinning now that he's in his late 60s, but his hair is almost completely straight. And I know you don't like the comparison to horse hair, but literally his hair is so coarse and so thick it feels like my horse's mane's dead. My hair is a lot more fine than his, and his hair did stick straight up, but he did not have an afro. And I don't think the host is saying that these people, like, I think that you're okay. So one person's like trying to argue that, you know, natives are pretending. And then Indian bloodline, I think, is still misunderstanding what you're trying to say. Because of semantics. She's not playing semantics. It's because it's the problem that Black is not interchangeable, but it also is. Like, that's just, she doesn't mean African Black. She means native, like dark Black, because that's the only way that they could describe them at that time. They didn't have all these terms.
They didn't have DNA back then. They didn't know that there wasn't, they called everybody that was brown Black, whether they was dark brown or light brown or whatever. They called them Black. They called them the N-word, you know, like she said. It's not interchangeable, but it is. The reason why it's not interchangeable is because when people say Black, they usually mean African American or African. But we know that there's Jahai Negritos that are Asian. There are Australians that are Asian. There's Filipinos that are Asian. I mean, we know this. So when they came over here, when they first seen everybody, they just thought the dark skinned people were, they didn't care. They didn't know, they were ignorant. But we know now. We know what it means. We know that people were melanated and people weren't. I mean, not weren't, but they were still melanated, but they were light skinned like Tani.
That's why I wish we had word definitions of the things we're trying to convey, at least for just TikTok. Like when we're saying this is what we mean, because black is black, but it's also sometimes it doesn't mean African black when we're talking about settler days, because they had a very limited vocabulary in what they put on census records. They had a very limited way of describing people. I mean, for goodness sakes, Columbus came over here and thought that they were from India because he just was just that dumb. Like that's just how people described things. So that's not what she's saying. She's not saying they were black like from Africa. She's saying they were black like dark indigenous people. Like, am I correct? Am I off base here? I feel like that's what you're trying to say.
So yes. So this is what hold on, grandson. I'm sorry. I'm going to pull this up so they can see this. So this is Giovanni de Verrazzano. And I mentioned this before. If I speak about the dark-skinned natives that he's seen, I have to speak about the light-skinned natives that he's seen. So if he's lying about the dark-skinned natives he's seen, then he's lying about the light-skinned natives. And that's not my words, that's his words. Let me show you, because y'all be doing too much. All right, here it is. Okay. So here he says they are dark in color, not unlike the Ethiopians, which they called Africans Ethiopians back then. Not unlike means similar. We've already shown people what not unlike means. Let me show you here. Similar to, okay? So let's get that out the way. So he talks about them being not unlike, now this their color, the Ethiopians with thick black hair, not very long. But then we also have to remember what he said about these people. He said they are bronze color, some tending more toward whiteness, others a tawny color. The face is clear cut, the hair is long and black. So I don't understand what the problem is about what Giovanni said. Either everybody of different, not everybody, like, you know, I don't even know what I had before. I gotta put this back up. So what is your point with Giovanni? Because I'm not one of the people that come on here and just try and show that one part. I show both. So what's the problem? To the comments. Point out the problem. Because if you believe what he said about close to whiteness and tiny, you got to believe what he said about dark skin. If you believe what he said about dark skin, you got to believe what he says about closeness to whiteness and tiny. You can't pick one and not the other. He either, no, Mika, you're not coming up here. You are definitely not coming up here. You are the most gracious person I have ever seen in my life. We just sat up and showed everybody that you said, hang them all. You're not coming in my live stream. Matter of fact, I'm about to block you because you don't even deserve to be in here. That was probably him. That was Mika that was in here bothering you, Suze. Because when I blocked that person, Mika showed up. Do you feel me?
Which one? What was there? Who do you think it was?
It was, let me go back up. It was, what's the name? Indian _ bloodline.
Oh, you think that was Mika? I mean, I don't even know. I don't know. Like, I come into every live with almost no memory of what's happened in some other ones. So I just try to take people for their face value and how they act. But I just think it's silly because you're not saying what they're saying you're saying. And it's getting frustrating because we're sitting here arguing about the semantics of the word, but it's kind of important when we're talking about it in the history context of history. So I just like this is what I'm talking about. Like, it's just so, it's frustrating to get caught in it because No, I'm not going to co-sign people who deny the slave trade or things like that. No, but you've got to acknowledge that people looked different, and there were all different shades of Native Americans prior to colonization.
Now, the reason why I brought that up is because the one that kept fighting it, trying to purposely make you think I was a pretendian mindset or whatever. Excuse my word for pretending, you guys. You know, I don't think that you guys are pretending. I think you guys have ancestry. But he's the one that was putting in that he was here saying all this stuff. He has 6 followers. He was sitting up here saying all this stuff the whole time he been here when we was talking about him saying hang him off. The whole time he been under that backup account. And when I blocked that backup account, he couldn't help but to come back in and try and get in the live stream. And as you see, he's in the comments, laugh out loud. But this whole time he ain't never commented, but that Indian bloodline did whole time. And then when I block him, then he pop up. But we've been talking about him this whole time and what he said on that in my chat. That's the people that want division, the anti-Black people, because it didn't make any sense for them to try and say I'm trying to say something else. And I choose violence. I hope you see that the person that was trying to get you to try and think of something other than what I'm saying and trying to put that in y'all's minds, I hope you see that it was the anti-Black guy that said he wanted all of us to hang. That's what
I mean, I definitely try to give people the benefit of the doubt, and I'm always asking for clarification. And there's some days when maybe I'll see you and you'll say something I don't agree with, and I'll say it. But like, I don't like it when people put words in other people's mouths, even people I don't like. You know, like I'll defend people if they're saying something correct, or if somebody's just like intentionally misinterpreting what they're saying.
Yeah. That's what he was doing. That's what he was doing. And the fact that we didn't know who he was, and I don't want to just say it was him, but it just doesn't make any sense that we was talking about him the whole time. And then he popped up after I blocked the other account because he couldn't use that account anymore. But that's intentional division. That's people that don't want us to come together or that don't like Black people. So they don't even want to acknowledge that their people was enslaved with us. And that's why we have some of us, not all of us, some of us have their DNA in our ancestry. People that look like them, not just the Paiute natives. There's multiple natives that had their phenotypes that was enslaved by European people.
Dark brown Native Americans with coarse hair in the South. Like, look at the Navajo Nation, man. But yeah, I do think that there needs to be the only way I think that this will honestly stop is if we create a term for the African Americans who legitimately deny the slave trade, think that like I don't even know. Some of them get into like real crazy theories about how like people in Africa were actually brought over from America and that's how they I don't care. There needs to be a term for people who think that versus, you know, the Afro-Indigenous, because pretendians can also include white pretendians.
Yes.
But when we're talking about pretendians on TikTok, most of the time it means people who are Black and deny any connection to Africa and deny the slave trade. So like, I feel like there needs to be terminology so we're not always arguing about it.
But the people that are determining which Black people are pretendians are usually European pretendians that are calling them pretendians. It's like, or reconnecting natives that have a lot of European indigenous ancestry. So what
Afrocentrist?
Huh?
What's Afrocentrist? Is that
that's not a good word. It's not.
No.
I'm Afrocentric. I'm proud to be Black. I
Yeah.
love Black. I focus every day being African American. What I'll say is they should just put a name on it. They can just put a name on it. Like if they say Granny Coy is out here being a pretend, what you would classify as pretending behavior, just say Granny Coy. Because once you start doing blanket statements and saying the black people don't like Granny Coy, don't say that. You know what I mean?
Granny Coy don't like Mexicans. I'm kidding. Hey,
Oh, what's up, Tito?
what's up? I just
I'm
got off
glad
work.
you was able to come on, man.
Yeah, well, I just got off work. I just joined this one. I think is this your other account, the humanitarian one?
Yeah, they got my other one because I was arguing with Blackwater, and Manny came up and said something he shouldn't have said. So first I was arguing with Blackwater, and then I got a warning, so I stopped the live, and then I came back on. Then Manny came over, and he said the N word twice, and I ended that live. Well, then I got banned. So, and that's why I be trying to tell him. For one, he can't come on my channel because he don't respect that. Like we keep
You
telling
still
him.
banana for that, Granny?
Huh?
When he was saying I'm that N word.
Yeah, I keep telling him I don't get why he don't get that. Like, I don't get it. I don't think this is it. I'm always gonna say, even if he called me the B word, I don't think Manny's a bad guy. I just think that he do too much. He do too much, and it makes him come off as anti-black. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I don't really think. I don't think he wanted to be anti-black dude. There's been too many conversations we done had low key. In front of his people, like.
I can't hear you,
Well,
grandson.
Hold on. No, I was saying
well,
remember all the conversations we used to have with Manny, and then he'd go switch up. Remember when his people was beefing with him because of the conversations he was having with us?
Yeah. That's why I say I don't think he's a bad guy. I don't know what is going on, but he'll just boom. And they'll be like, dang, Manny, I have hope for you.
Look, well, the thing is, and it's something that he keeps saying, and I understand it because it happened to me one time, and it was before because I just recently started seeing everybody. All you guys are fairly new to me. Everybody's on here is pretty foreign to me. When I first got live access and I started to get on the algorithms for everything, I first got the algorithm to a lot of the people who claim to be. I'm not discrediting them. If they want to identify as that, that's on them. Who am I to say they're not? But if the proof is in the pudding, then they're not. I started to see a lot of the Indians. So, quote unquote, African Americans who are quote unquote pretending to quote unquote be Native American, right? So that was the first algorithm I got thrown into. So I was seeing all this stuff and I was like, whoa, like what's all this? Because it was all foreign to me. I didn't know that was going on. And then
It's going.
I started, yeah, it's been going on for a while, but all this is foreign to me. I never knew.
We had an influx, bro, of 3 million pure Africans out here, so there's no way that we all got it.
Well,
right, I'm sure, but like I said, I'm not here to discredit anybody. Who am I? I'm just another human being, you know. So I don't really get stirred into that pot. I don't really call people out and say that they're not this or not that because who am I? I'm just another person. I'm just another body. So I started to see all this stuff, and then I started to get into the algorithm with a lot of people from the continent of Africa, and it started getting to the point where they were started talking about how they were going up against the quote unquote Indians, saying you're not Native American, you are from African descent.
But they think we all the same.
Wait, grandson, I want to
right, not
not
everybody, right? And that's what I'm saying. I'm not here to discredit anybody. So I'm just speaking on what I heard and what was going on at the point in time where I started to jump on these algorithms. So they were telling people, you know, you descend, you have African descent in you, you're not Native American, and it's not to say that nobody ever intermixed, you know, with you know, if anybody ever mixed with people from African descent who were freedmen or who were slaves, and they did come across Native Americans, and they did take them in, or they found love, or whatever the case is, it happens. You see something that's foreign to you, you might be attracted to it, so you might mix, so you might have people who are Native American who are mixed with African, but they did grow up in the tribe because of this and that, or whatever the case is, right? I mean, you can't speak for everybody when you say that because you have African descent, you didn't grow up in your tribe, or you wouldn't have grew up in your tribe, you would have been shunned away for mixing with another tribe. It doesn't speak for every Native American tribe, So it might speak with their tribe. Maybe their tribe did it like that, but not everybody's tribe possibly did it like that. There's people that are loving, people that are accepting in every culture. It doesn't matter. I could have a kid with somebody who's Asian, and my child might grow up in a Asian culture, and they might accept my child as Asian, and I might end up learning Asian culture, or that might be what my family drifts into, and now we're in the Asian community. I might be Mexican, just to simplify it, because that's what I've always known myself to be growing up, until I found out that I have a good fair amount of indigenous blood in me from the southern region of the Americas. So what we now know as Mexico, right? And so I started to see a lot of people from Africa go at it with unquote.
You're breaking up, Cinco. You're breaking up a little bit.
Might be it's my internet. Hold on, I'll get better internet right now.
Okay. Suze, if you can't unmute, let me know. I just muted because okay.
I can unmute. I just like see, and even in the comments, I'm like still trying to get a gauge of who this, like where this Key2 person is coming from. Like, where are you coming from? I have no idea. Like, it's so maddening because we don't have terminology to accurately describe people of certain mindsets. Like, should we call them Empress Rarebird followers? Like, I don't know.
No, so let me tell you guys something. There is like documentation. Okay, we're gonna let Cinco finish what he was saying, and then we're gonna move on to what Sue was saying. So I'm gonna mute too.
Okay, so what I'm pretty much getting at is that I got into these African algorithms. And I joined their panel, and they started to talk about slavery and how African Americans, some tribes were in Africa. I don't know if they call them tribes, but how they were taken over by other tribes, more dominant tribes. And some of these people, they didn't. So they were able to trade and.
Oh, Cinco, your phone is messing up again. I'm sorry. I thought someone snatched you up for a minute there. I was about to say, Cinco, about that life though. What's going on? You're back now. I hear the background now. Cinco got stuff, y'all.
No, it's because through there's no internet. So I got a hotspot that I connect to. It's back again. Dang. Can you guys hear me good, or am I breaking up?
Yeah, I can hear you good now. You still got the bars though, but I can hear you.
Yeah. Okay. So if you just let me know, and then I'll pause, and then when I get better signal, I'll come back. Probably when I get home. It's like about a 10-minute drive. But
I think we'll still be
so
here.
I got into these lives. I got into these lives, and then I ended up getting on these panels, right, to speak about, because I know a little bit about the written history. Who's to say if it's true or not? That there was black slave owners. And I was simply talking about a gentleman who was one of the biggest slave owners who inherited everything just to be politically correct how it's written, from his slave master, right? And he was such a good person to the owner of the slave, population that was in the plantation, right? The owner of the plantation. That's how I'm gonna say it, just so I don't get any backlash. So he was so good to the owner of the plantation that when the owner of the plantation passed away, he inherited everything from the owner of that plantation, and even adopted the man's name. So I think he ended up being the third or junior or something like that to that plantation owner. And I was telling them simply, look, if you're gonna talk about slavery and all this, I said, don't leave anything out, because there's people that don't know these parts. There's people that only know about white people owning slaves. And they said, well, we know about this stuff. Who are you? What are you? Who do you descend from? And I was like, well, I'm indigenous. And they were like, well, from where? I said, from Mexico. I said, I have a fair amount of indigenous blood in me. I said, but just to keep it simple, I said, I'm Mexican. And man, they started to go at my head, calling me a racist and say that I could potentially be looked at as a racist for talking about this stuff, for talking about, U.S. history, the way it's written, and that I don't know what I'm talking about, that I have no right to be talking about this stuff. And they started to call me a WB, and I forget the guy's name, man. But he was on a panel the other day, and I recognized his voice. But he was a Hebrew Israelite. He's a black Hebrew Israelite. That's what he identifies as. And he started to call me a WB, started to call me a Baisa, started to call me all this stuff, right? And so did everybody on the panel, like they were coming at my neck. And what they were doing was they were antagonizing me to see if I'm a racist, to see if I'm going to drop the hard R or any kind of word that's going to be looked at as racist, so that they can go ahead and come at my neck, flag my account, and get me taken off, right? And looked at as a racist. But the whole time that they're raising their voices at me and doing all this stuff, I stayed quiet on the panel. To the point where they started laughing at me for staying quiet on the panel. But I wasn't gonna be at the top of my lungs yelling at my phone to announce myself as not being a racist, And I even told them, hey, look, I got cousins that are half and half. I got cousins, a couple cousins, two of my aunts have kids that are black, half what we know right now as Mexican, just to keep it simple here. And they said, oh, you're tokenizing. You're not allowed to tokenize your family. That makes you look like a nigger. And so I still quiet on the panel. But after a while, this black Hebrew Israelite guy, he said, you know what? We went to a whole, it was like a whole hour and a half. And I spoke to him. I told him, look, bro, I said, for some reason, I said, something traumatic had to happen in your life. I said, to where you don't like Mexicans. I said, but I could tell you right now, I said, if you came to my city and live where it's a very diverse community. I said, a very versatile community. I said, we have people of all walks of life here. I said, there's going to be some people in the bunch, I said, that are going to be racist. I said, it doesn't speak for the whole community. I said, you wouldn't be able to come to my city. I said, and call me racist. I said, because I got friends that are black. I got friends that I grew up with that are black. Some of my best friends from 3rd and 4th, 5th, and 6th grade were black. Now, in 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th grade, there was a big old race riot that happened that stemmed down from the high school down to our middle school, where black people from the high school were jumping over the fence and beating up on young Mexican people. So, like, I didn't let that affect me, but I hung out with a bunch of Mexicans. A lot of my homies are gangbangers, and we were growing up in that life. And I never let it affect my relationship with my black homies that I was cool with. You know, we probably didn't hang out at school, but online we were friends. We would still chit chat. We would still talk during class. We would still chit chat. We would still talk. But there was certain areas where, as a Mexican, you weren't allowed to go. So at one of the parks, where a lot of African Americans, blacks hung out, we weren't allowed to go there, or else we would get jumped. We would get stomped out, and it was at a Boys and Girls Club. So a lot of Mexicans stopped going to the Boys and Girls Club because they were getting jumped. They were getting beat up. It was by a lot of, we were middle schoolers. We were getting beat up by a lot of older, teens, 16, 17, 18, 19-year-olds. So, but I never let that affect me, as to who I was as a person, because I always knew, like, hey, I can't be racist. I can't jump on that train because I got family that's black, that's half and half. Now, how are they gonna feel if I'm over here being a racist? That's gonna make them feel bad. So for the sake of my family, for my relationship with my family, I couldn't be that. I still hung out with the homies who some of them were racist. But even in our group, in our barrio, there was half and half that were half Mexican, half black, that were from the hood. There was black people who were full black from our hood. So in the hood was racist. And it wasn't ever racist toward everybody, it was just racist towards a specific group. Take effect and drift off into other groups.
Hey,
And other groups are gonna be like, oh, they're racist, they're this and that. So okay, I'm probably back. So I can't be racist. I can't be that. And that's how I've always been. I've always been cool. Even today, I have a good relationship with my black homies. Even though there is some stuff that go on right here in my city where I live, but it's not on no racist stuff. It's just my city's so small, and it's a territory thing. And it's never about.
Rambo said last night.
I fell asleep in that lie.
Yeah, so Ample told
I fell
Josh,
asleep.
so he heard me. Ample told Josh that her
I
ancestors.
can't.
Can you hear me?
You sound a little muffled.
Okay, hold on. Sorry, I'm eating. Ample told Josh last night that her ancestor that made $5 probably could have bought his ancestry. And nobody said nothing to her. Nobody said, hey, that's anti-black. Hey, don't say that. I mean, that hit a lot of our community, like what you said. When Manny said, when people talk about what Manny does, they call Manny that word. You said it hit the whole community.
Right. And so the thing was like, what I was getting at was like, I was antagonized to try to be racist. And what happened with Manny was that he was antagonized to say the word. And he always says this. I don't know if everybody always catches his lives. And I'm not, like saying that it's okay for him to use the word, because you know what? Outside of TikTok, I use the word. It's been okay for me to use the word since I was in 6th grade. Since I was in 6th grade. And
is that why you saying that the black kids used to jump? Come on now, Cinco. Come on.
No. High school, not in middle school. It drifted off into the middle school because people were jumping fences to beat up on Mexican kids. I never got touched. I never got beat up by the blacks. There was a time where all my homies there was a time where we had went to the park because two girls were gonna fight, and one of them was our homegirl. We went to the park, and everybody got beat up. Everybody got jumped except for me. I was walking in the crowd, but it's because I have curly hair. I have big ass lips. You guys can't see me because I hide my face for the sake of my family because people get doxxed on here. And you know what? I'm licensed and bonded because I got another business that I do on the side, and I'm licensed and bonded. So I'm protected. My family's protected. So I'm not worried. I'm not worried about anybody coming by because it'll all get shut down pretty quick because I'm licensed bonded, right? But hold on. So everybody got jumped except for me, right? And a lot of my Mexican friends would laugh about that because I got a wide, flat nose. I got big lips. I got curly hair. I look like a black dude, only I'm the color of a light-skinned Mexican dude. You get me? And throughout all of middle school and all of high school, a lot of my black homies would ask me if I'm mixed with black. They would ask me if I'm black, if I'm part black, because I got features of a black man, you know? And so they would always tell me, you know what, if you're not mixed, you're a Mexican soft A. And that's what I've always been to them, a Mexican soft A.
To who? The black people or the other Mexicans?
The black people in my community. Black people in my community.
So they accepted you because they just figured that you look just like them.
Exactly. Yeah, I have facial features of a black man, but I don't have no African DNA in me.
Have you done a DNA?
I did. It comes out no African.
You think you got African DNA to have black features, bro? Pacific Islanders don't have.
No. He just said that, grandson. Look at it. He just showed that. The phenotypes or black phenotypes